headphones. Can I get some more snare in my headphones? Yo! Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the show. Appreciate you. My name is UltimatDJz. Talking Track is live. Appreciate you guys all being here. Happy Sunday. Happy Easter. Happy First Contact Day. And happy Emergency Maintenance Day. Yes, yes. I know, Omicron. I like to ride it like that. I like to ride hot music for the intro. I always like to do that. Good afternoon, everybody. Appreciate you guys all being here. Let's kick us off with a traditional talking trick. Server sound off. You guys go ahead and punch it up for the win. Nightbot. What? Nightbot is here? That makes me frightened. Nightbot is here on server 9. Thank you. What's going on? Noon Whistle on 29. Peter Swanson 86 and 92. The Howlin' King on 118. Ben to the Robot with the, what? 225 stream streak. That's incredible on server 51. Thank you. Silver Tab on 33. Clark on 51. Lord of Scarin on 49. Fun Daddy 701. Johnny 544. What's going on? JG Nasty 702. MJ on 36. Aardvark on 153. Thank you. Zach on 84. Mal on 26. Dave on 74. Why do you have an echo? There's no echo. There's no echoes to be had. No echoes. Tony Pie 86.
It was me.
Hey, 53 on 56. Krillian on 15. Kevin on 145. Spock on 51, if it ever returns. Omicron on server AQ 56. Tarpy hanging out on the Echo list, server 30. Mosher on 181. Grouchy Outlaw on 84. Chala on the OG server 15. Alpha Cypher 21. Wilson on 36. Sathra on 45. What's going on? Norwich on 51. Bram Scoop on server 80. Commander Monty on 41. Hello. Gray Sabers on server 29. OSU on 61. I Kill You on 15. Sydney Soren on 95. Floyd on 21. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate you guys all being here. Thank you. Thank you. Griffin says, what's wrong with the game? Did their fiber line get cut? Yeah, something like that. Fiber line. Any idea what the maintenance is fixing? Lord of Chaos. Yeah. So here's the deal. I'll just go ahead and do this real quick. Zypher says call outs make you feel so good. Thank you. I'm glad you're liking them there. Yeah. No. So Tarpy, good afternoon. Welcome into the show. Appreciate you. Matters on the panel and
Hi.
Discord is not muted. Look at me. Look at me.
What? That Post-it note works.
Post-it note works. I apologize for being a little bit late today. Let me just tell you, I messaged Tarpy earlier today. First of all, I was slightly concerned that she was going to actually think that I was doing this on purpose. But no, seriously, at about 3:40, I just got sick. I got so sick. I was fine this morning. And like 3:35, 3:40, I just like doubled over in abdominal pain. I'm still hurting now. I feel like, can I just be gross for a second? I feel like I've got gas trapped in my gut and it won't come out. And it's killing me. And so I laid in the fetal position in bed for like an hour and then it got better. Then I got better and I'm like, okay, I can go do a show. And literally as soon as I got out of bed, like I'm in excruciating pain even right now.
So,
oh God, even now sitting at this desk, I'm like,
is it like up near your ribs, kind of near the top there?
No, it's right down in my
good.
gut, man. I'm telling you, that's what happens when you eat Brussels sprouts. I'm telling you, man. First of all, I love Brussels sprouts. I hated them when I was a kid, but I love Brussels sprouts.
Gotta air fry them.
No. Yeah, little air fry. Actually, I like to roast them in the oven. I'll do a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, a little garlic powder, and
Do you actually cook them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like all the way through, or?
No, I like to undercook them by like 2 or 3 minutes because I still like them crunchy.
Or like, so you don't really undercook them and leave them raw?
No,
like you did in Hawaii?
Okay, listen, they were close. They only needed like 5 more minutes. All right, they only needed like 5
Chef
more
got
minutes.
where I was going.
Yeah, I know, but they were close, Chef. In Hawaii, they were close. They only needed a couple of more minutes. All right,
Like
and
20.
like 15 or 5,
Oh,
maybe 5.
okay.
Um,
Oh, is that a hype train that just started or just ended?
yeah, no, there's a hype train going on right now. Griffin says, take some phasime and tell us about maintenance. Well, maintenance started out just routine maintenance to work on some database architecture stuff. Not a big deal. Very routine and planned. And honestly, I think what they were doing was probably getting ready to prepare for Tuesday, and they had a few things that they needed to roll out so that they could roll out what's happening on Tuesday in phases. And we've seen that before. Not a big deal. Now, what's happened as a result is obviously Server X just didn't reboot. All right, it had a Windows update. So yeah, it had a Windows update, and now they're fighting with Microsoft, and you know, it's kind of like streamers, you know, when we do a Windows update, it always messes with our OBS settings. There you go. Fleet Command's having trouble with their OBS settings. What I have for you on screen here is the maintenance watcher. All right, we're just going to keep this up here. That way, it will automatically notify us when we are back into the game. Clark says it's only affecting U.S. and not EU and APAC. So, is that actually accurate? Is all of EU on? Because I thought the entire game came down. But here's the thing: for those of you who did get back into the game, you guys are experiencing other issues. So, yeah, for those of you who did get back in the game, there are cascading effects and other issues that are happening because what the maintenance that they were working on has obviously struck a speed bump there. All right, I don't think that this is actually the end of the world. This is not necessarily catastrophic thing. Martok says EU is working just fine. That's great if it is. I've gotten a lot of bug reports from various members of EU just doing some things. Yes, Vic, stickers are off. We're doing a podcast. We're going to turn them back on here a little bit later. So we'll turn them back on a little bit later when we get through with the podcast, because we do have some stuff that we're going to do, and we do have some giveaways that we've got to do later on today as well. So we'll probably do our Regen Gamer Optics gaming tournament here in just a little bit. Lost In says game is running great at the moment. Best STFC experience in years. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if anybody has actually looked at their maintenance screen. This is where we're being redirected at this particular point. Is deadlock fix test 77 on the unknown server in the unknown MAC address with unknown version control and unknown platform ID. So we are being redirected into the ether right now, but it's okay. I do have the hotline open to what's going with the what's going on with the Scopely engineering team and the Scopely staffers, and we'll keep you posted live if there is anything in which to share. And then, of course, we've got the maintenance tracker here on screen that we will keep posted, and obviously that is set to reattempt every 30 seconds, and we'll see what actually happens and let you know when you can get back in. Clark says some claimed on Nigel's stream that the repair bug was fixed. Well, that was great. That was all I asked for. That was it. I didn't care about anything else. Oh God, I didn't care about anything else. Just the repair. Yeah, Windows player unknown. That's what I've got right there. And every 30 seconds we'll give it a ping. So not a big deal. Not a big deal with what's actually going on. Just that you are. No, here's the thing, guys. It's not that. I really wish that I could. You guys. I have no shame. I would just do it.
Don't want the world changing fart. Dude,
okay.
None of us want that.
I am
on stream.
Fine with it. All right. I'm fine. I don't care. It's killing me. I'm so gutted right now. And it hurts. And I really shouldn't be out here. I should be back in the fetal position. I should be in the fetal
Yes.
position laying in my bed. I bet we had too much stuff to do today. We had too much stuff to do today. So anyway, maybe I should stand. Maybe if I stand, do you think it would help?
No.
I am dying.
Okay, are you drinking more Ghost right now?
No, I'm actually drinking water. I have water right now. Need to walk it out. I Kill You said, I heard the game is permanently shut down. That could be true, too. No, I'm drinking water. So, we do have a couple of things to do. What? No water?
No. Nightbot says, reinstate me and I'll take care of the stream.
Nightbot is here, everybody. We're scared of you.
Yes.
We're scared of you. All right, listen, we do have some stuff to talk about. Here's what's crazy. We are most uniquely suited to be able to do content when the game's not online because we're a podcast. We do radio form. We talk about things. So here what we're going to do today is we're going to run through a couple of things. Tarpy's made us a nice list. We're going to shuffle some information to you guys and provide you some stuff. Griffin is in the studio audience. What's up, buddy? Are you traveling? Are you safely navigating your way home? Speaking of Griffin, he does not yet know Tarpy. He does not yet know that we are planning a large-scale invasion of the pergola coming up in May. I may have alluded to it. I've alluded to it.
Hi,
but
Griffin.
Hey,
you look great today.
You know, have you lost weight? Your jawline's looking really good. So yeah, no, I mentioned to him that we're, that this is what's going to happen, but
6 to 7, 6 to 60,
67
people. 67. 6, 7.
He has not. I gave him a couple of dates that I needed him to be available, and he has not responded yet. But I will go ahead and say to most people that what we are tentatively planning. Now, here's the deal: nobody book any travel yet. All right, because in fairness, I want to go through everything. I joke when I say that he doesn't know. I did tell him, but he's been traveling this week, so we haven't talked itinerary or details yet. But
he just invited a herd of people to his house.
Only a bunch.
And then told him that
only a small bunch. All right. Yes. Pergola community meetup, that's happening, and actually, no, I take that back. We're not doing the community meetup at the Pergola. We're doing the community meetup at Epcot for drinking around the world, and this is our tentative plan. So again, I tell everybody, don't book any travel, don't do any of that stuff yet. All right, because Griffin and I will finalize plans in the next 48 to 72 hours. But we are looking at doing that sometime probably in the middle of May is what I'm thinking. But we've got to confirm a bunch of other stuff. And we will be performing our 24-hour stream as a result. Tarpy and I spent a lot of time working on that yesterday. And getting some stuff ready for that. Sydney, wait, what? Only rich people welcome? Only inside the gates, okay? Only inside the gates. But no, joking aside, what we have planned is a 3-day extravaganza. And we're going to be at Epcot. We're going to do a community meetup afterwards, probably dinner at a local spot. And then most of you guys will head on back. And then Griffin and I will perform a 24-hour stream doing some various goofy things. And that will happen. Oh, boy.
Mute. Uh-oh. If this is going to be the next 2 hours of your life, you should just put the podcast off and go see a doctor.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm not going to the doctor on Easter Sunday. Nah, they'll charge you triple. No, it'll be fine.
If you're okay.
Anyway, so put on the Will Shat pants. I probably need to stand. Oh God. Anyway, so that is Epcot and what we're planning. Now, here's the thing, Chef. I saw that announcement that you gave. They're discounting half-day tickets. Unfortunately, I think we're going to miss that window. I think we're going to have to go a little sooner than that, just because of things. Let me tell you how many moving parts there are, though. Okay, let me just tell you how many moving parts. There are so many moving parts. All right. Griffin has his project that he's working on. Penguin has a bridal shower that she is planning. All right, so we got to work around that. Also, Oliver has a birthday. And in May, as does his mother, and we're trying to work around those schedules. We're trying to work around travel schedules for both the Putzes and the Torpedoes. Okay, it appears that May is a busy month. Can't really understand that. But anyway, what we're planning is going to be a thing. And we'll get everybody the details on that. But right now we're tentatively looking at like the weekend of the 15th. Okay. Dave says do June. I can't. I really don't want to do June, if I'm being honest with you, Dave. And I'll tell you why. Because I fully expect that we're going to have a different event. Remember, the whole plan was to spin the Go Wheel monthly. And so I'm trying to get these things knocked out relatively quickly because in June we'll have another Go Wheel spin that we've got to do. So we're trying to get these things paid off relatively quickly. But don't worry. And I do see some of you guys saying Epcot is expensive. Yes, it is. I was shocked when I was looking at the tickets because we do also have a surprise guest that's going to be joining us that I told that I would. Anyway, so, however, here's what we're going to do, Tarpy. I actually was thinking about this yesterday. So because we don't have hotel that we have to do this time, right? Because I just have the airfare and the cost of the Epcot tickets, and I told you what we had budgeted. What we had budgeted for this particular Go Wheel, what we have budgeted for every Go Wheel, we do have a few $100 extra. So what I thought that we may do is plan maybe later this month for those of you who do want to attend the Epcot meetup.
Dude.
It's fine. It just comes in waves, and it's just like it just kicks, and then it lets up for a second. Anyway, so what we're going to do later this month is, for those of you who do want to come to Epcot, we are actually going to do a ticket giveaway for a couple of you guys, all right? So there you go. There will still be an opportunity. And by the way, proof positive that we put everything back because I was planning out the budget, and I realized that we were going to have a couple $100 extra left over, so we're going to put it back into tickets for a couple of you guys. So if there was a couple of you that wanted to come to the meetup and want an opportunity to enter Epcot for free, then we're going to help you guys out with that as well. Okay? So that will be coming up a little bit later this month. I haven't decided if we're going to do 2, 4, or 6 tickets yet. So we'll see what we've got. All right, everybody. Live from the official Discord, EU APAC servers have finalized maintenance and are rolling back online. U.S. servers still down. Now, this is great to me. U.S. servers still undergoing maintenance. All servers will have their ceasefire shields extended until Monday morning at 2:30 a.m. Eastern time.
That seems like such a functional time that if you don't get to sign into the game before then. Didn't we just do this with APAC last week?
Yeah,
during incursions?
Sure did. It's a goofy time. It's
didn't
fine.
we say that a little extra shield wouldn't hurt them? But
it's not a big deal. I wouldn't even really worry about it. Listen, being rated is not the end of the world, guys. All right, being rated is just a thing that happens to all of us. Probably some with more.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I feel like for most of you, being rated probably happens less often than it does to other people, which is not necessarily, you know, the end of the world, so to speak. I mean, things happen, right? And sometimes you get rated, and it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah. No, it's all good. So
I don't believe you for a second.
why? Why would you say that?
Because people don't want to be rated for
Well,
things that they had no
I didn't say
effect in
anybody
causing.
wanted to be rated. Okay. I didn't suggest that anybody said that they wanted to be rated. But sometimes people do get rated. Sometimes people do get rated, and it's not the end of the world.
Random music. Lovely.
I kill you, leaving me a message on screen. Hi, DJs. Yes, thank you.
Spaceships are burning, stars don't shine as bright.
Yeah.
And ground came out of nowhere in the dead of night. 1 feet to nowhere, shields are all gone. I'm stranded in the galaxy. What went wrong? Scotty can't fix this.
Yeah.
I'm losing control.
Thank you, Jonathan. Yeah, that hits. That hits really, really good. So thank you very much to I Kill You and Jonathan Ingram. Wait, what is this? Is this another one? What is this?
Woke up this morning, face of the sector stun.
Oh,
my
no.
base is in ruins, all my work undone.
What is this?
Spaceships are burning, stars don't shine as bright. Ingram came out of nowhere in the dead of night.
Free loot for you.
Wait.
Isn't that such a lovely name?
This was a second raid?
Free loot. Can you blame them?
Okay, yeah, we don't need to watch this whole thing. All right, I mean, obviously, this is the point that I'm trying to make, is that rating is not necessarily the end of the world. If it happens once or twice or 8 times, it's not.
Woke up this morning.
It's not the end of the world.
While he was watching you on stream too.
Yeah, apparently I was actually on at this time.
Spaceships are burning, stars don't shine as bright.
Okay, you know, I feel like this is unnecessary. We really don't have to spend much more time on this.
How many more do you have queued up?
Oh. Sydney says, because you have a large wallet. No, here's the thing. They only take traditional resources. It doesn't matter. This is what I'm talking about. If we want to go down this path, this is what I'm talking about. Rating has absolutely no impact on the game for what is this? Are you kidding me? Are you? Why is? I was building Legos.
It's even better when you're on stream at the time.
I was building Legos, Ingram? Why would you take advantage of me like that?
I'm losing control. My base is in pieces, taking its toll.
So was my nacelle in pieces.
My base took all my parts, steel warped into my space, gave a wound I can't heal. Bananas calling.
Okay, all right. This is ridiculous. All right, and by the way, just proof positive that it's not the end of the world. Okay, Powell thinks this to think there's a whole YouTube channel dedicated to rating DJs. Yes, and I say that because obviously the point to that is that it ain't no big deal. All right, it happens. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. Oh, sorry guys. I'm trying to concentrate. I'm trying to concentrate. This is not comfortable. Anyway, yeah, wait till we hit that sigma. You'll never hit the sigma. You'll never hit the sigma because it's not possible to hit the sigma. All right? I mean, it is possible, but I'd have to be offline. I would have to be offline for literally a day plus. And that's the point. Sydney says, yet. Well, listen, I invite it. I have said this forever. And clearly and obviously, okay, clearly and obviously, I am one that would be impacted probably the most in the entire galaxy if somehow you were suddenly able to raid Sigma. However, I still want it because it would be good for the game. But clearly, I would lose a lot of stuff. Okay? Clearly, it would affect me a great deal. Yeah.
Do you have your normal lights set up going today?
Yeah, why?
Because you're really pale.
Not because I'm in pain and it's hot. It's also really hot in here. Maybe I should turn on the air conditioner. I wonder how hot it is in here. Let's see how hot it is in here. I'm going to check the thermostat.
So if you ended up getting carted to the hospital after stream and you didn't leave your shield up, I
all right. Well, that
would find that hilarious.
That would be a situation in which trying to turn on my air conditioner. In which they might actually get to my Sigma. Okay.
Yeah. So that would not be good, would it?
Well, whatever happens, happens. Not a big deal.
Oh. Okay.
All right,
I'll remember that.
I just turned on the air conditioner. There's no way it's only 66 in here. It's hot as crap in here. Holy crap. What?
Do you have telehealth you could do?
I don't have a fever. Everything's fine. Anyway, okay.
Yeah,
listen, so that's Epcot. Everything, that's fine. There's Epcot. We talked about Epcot. Guy, I promise that if I feel like it gets worse, then I'll go. Okay, I swear. I'm not doing anything irresponsible. I am not putting myself at risk. Thank you for your concern. I appreciate everybody. I promise I am taking it seriously, and if I decide that I need to go, I'll go. Okay? I swear. Have I used the litter box today? Yes. Yes. Why are you asking me that? Anyway, okay. First contact day. Happy first contact day, everybody. Lost in. I have abdominal pain from hell right now, okay? And I am Mr. Responsible. And my eyes are glassy because I'm wearing glasses. All right. Oh.
You didn't eat like a really badly dented can of Chef Boyardee?
Matters. You sound different.
Matters sounds different. See, it's going around. It's going around.
I'm in the car right now, so I'm trying to stay muted.
Gotcha. Do I have hunger? No, I am not hungry at all, and no fever. But it does feel warm in here. It's only 66 on the thermostat, but I am wearing pants, so that made me think. Am I still taking my shot? Yes, I am. But I haven't. No vomiting. Just I feel like it's gut, like gas pain, whatever. It's fine. Everything is fine. It's just I'm cramping. Okay, sympathy cramps. Okay. Thank you. Lawson says it's okay to wait. All right, it's fine. Listen, you know what's actually? Oh my God, you know what's probably happening? Okay, you know what's probably
you're
happening
about
right
to
now?
Explode with an alien out your ass?
It's not me. It's not me. All right, listen, I lived with her for 15, almost 17 years. I bet Oliver's mom is getting ready to go into labor. I bet that's it. You guys know she's getting ready to pop out a baby. All right, I bet. Oh my gosh. I bet that if I sent her a text, I'm like, are you going into labor? She would be like, yes. Could be. Skippy says it's withdrawal from giving up the vaping. That could be too. Lost in, is that real? Is that it? Because I just quit.
You still have a gallbladder?
Yeah, I have a gallbladder. Oh.
Oh, weird. Because do you want to know exactly what happened to me a month before I had to get my gallbladder out? Exactly what is happening to you.
Everything is fine. I don't need surgery. I'm Superman. Anyway,
Sure. Okay.
Lost in says, I would take that bet. What? That the former Mrs. DJz is going into labor? I bet we're synced up. I bet that's happening. I bet I could text her and she's going into labor. It's probably happening. So Mad Hatter says, don't make me laugh too hard. I busted my ribs this morning. See, you had explosive gas too. All right.
Ow.
Hey, Captain Shaw, thank you. 20 months on the resub. Thank you, dude. Matt, also 8 months on the resub. Thank you. Gray Sabers, 22 months. Oh, you know what? I forgot about this. Guys, we've got our PPP contest going on. And Tarpy, what did we decide that we were doing for that? I wrote up a thing. Let me see if I can find it here real quick.
Okay. Is this the thing on my spreadsheet?
No, not the whole thing.
Oh.
I made other little notes. Guys, take a look. Our what contest? Our PPP contest. The Partner Plus Points contest. As a matter of fact, if you take a look right below stream, and you know, this is dumb. Twitch doesn't give me a way to actually track that on screen, which is stupidly dumb. However, you guys could probably tell me faster than I could look. How many Partner Plus Points are we at right now? How many do we have right now? It should be like 30 or 40, something like that, I think. You guys can see it right below the stream, and crazy enough, I can't see it, which is unbelievable. But this is -5. Crap. Dang it. We have to do this every single year, and I was joking with Tarpy the other day. I said, you know, I can't wait. I think I was actually talking to Lost In about this, too. I can't wait until we don't have to do this anymore. You know, this is so annoying to me that we have to requalify ourselves every single year. And I hate that, if I'm just being quite honest about it. I really hate that we have to requalify ourselves for Twitch every single year. And what I'm hoping is that over the next year, that we grow our channel to the point where 300 Partner Plus Points just happens, and we don't even have to worry about it anymore. Hey, Dustin, how are you doing? And we just don't even have to worry about it anymore. It's so annoying. However, we do have our Partner Plus competition going on right now. And here's the deal. I'm upping the ante this year. If we hit the 300 Partner Plus points 3 months in a row, this is going to be really super simple this year because I don't have the time or energy to keep up with it. Super easy, Tarpy. Here you go. You ready? You ready for this? Take notes. This is complicated. If we hit
typing.
If we hit 300 Partner Plus points 3 months in a row, we're going to give away $2,000. Okay? There you go. The only thing that scores are out-of-pocket tier subs on Twitch. All right, so that's the only thing that scores. If you watch on YouTube, Dustin says, I am mad about being screwed out of STFC playtime. Man, if only we were all as dedicated as you, Dustin. Don't worry, it's coming back up. They've announced that EU and APAC are out of maintenance. US getting ready to finish up, so you'll have it here in just a minute. Sydney says another paywall. Yeah, except this one's not my fault, bro. This one's not my fault. This is all on Twitch. This is their fault.
Thank you, Master Yodi.
But I will say that, hey, thank you very much, Master Yodi. 40 months on the resub. Thank you. Master Yodi just resubbed with Prime. Now, here's the kicker about that, Yodi. This is what I don't like. This is what I don't like is, and you know what? I agree with you, Sydney, because Twitch makes this so complicated, and it doesn't need to be. This competition, I feel like, actually hurts streamers. I hate this. Okay, because it de-incentivizes gift subs. It de-incentivizes Prime subs. And I don't like it. All right. But I am going to ask you guys for some help for the next 90 days. We've got 50 out of the 300 points down at the bottom. Come on over to our Twitch platform and subscribe either at a tier 1, which will get you 1 point, tier 2, which will get you 2 points, or tier 3, which will get you 6 points. And if we hit 300 for 3 months in a row, we'll take all those tickets, throw them into a pot, and we'll give away $2,000. All right. And it's... I hate it. I really do hate it. I'm sorry. I want to get it done and over with, and then hopefully next year, Tarpy, we just natively live above 300 points because the channel has grown, and we don't even have to do this anymore. I really hate that we have to do this. It's so obnoxious to me. It's the one. This is one of the biggest things that I dislike about our partnership with Twitch. Tony Pie says, if I'm tier 2 already, does that count? Yes, it does. It will count on your resub day. Now, here's the deal. Guys, if you want to help us guarantee our spot, there is a way that you can kind of game it a little bit. For example, if you had a tier 1 sub and then you upgrade it to a tier 2, then upgrade it to a tier 3, that actually gets us 9 points. Then what you would want to do is take that tier 3, change it back down to a tier 1, and repeat it again the next month. Okay, so you don't want to. If you're a tier 1 now, then you can upgrade. Then you can upgrade again, and then drop it back down. Next month, it'll renew at tier 1. You can do the same thing again. Sydney says, "Can I do it on the 1st? The 1st of May? You'll miss out on a ticket for April." If you do it that way. But yeah, it's obnoxious. Now, if you're already still under maintenance, yes, we are still under maintenance. It was 30 minutes, and it wasn't 3 hours ago. I think it was an hour and a half. I think, wasn't it, Tarpy? What time was it supposed to? What time did we go down?
A while ago.
Has it been 3 hours? Let's see. It went down at 3:30, so it's been 2 hours. No, 2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah, okay,
2 hours. Went down at 3:30. So, there we go.
That's a 2-hour gift.
It's family day, guys. It's Easter. Okay? It's Easter.
Touch some grass.
For the PP points,
yeah.
If you have a turbo, like if you pay for turbo for Twitch Turbo instead of individual channel subs, it is kind of a problem because you have a sub to everybody and not individual streamers.
Yeah, Turbo doesn't do anything. Yeah, so you would still want to come over and sub over here. So
which means you have to get rid of your Turbo.
No. I have Turbo and I still sub to people. You do not have to dump your Turbo. You can still sub to this channel if that's what you're doing. But guys, I appreciate it. I hate to ask because this is the one qualification each year. We do the incentive, we do the tickets, we're going to give away money, but this is the one contest a year that I actually really don't like, simply because it's not fair to streamers. Okay, period, plain and simple. It's not fair to streamers in any way, shape, or form. It's not fair to those who like to contribute to the community. I actually talked to Lost In about this. I mean, this de-incentivizes gifting subs. So if Lost In wanted to come and support the channel, it actually hurts the channel for the purposes of a PPP competition, which then also, and Prime subs, Benny Hill, don't count. That's another thing. Primes don't count. Okay? Receiving a gift sub doesn't count. All right? It's crappy. It's the worst thing ever. And in a month where we're trying to spin the go wheel, obviously that's reliant on people dropping gifted subs. But then at the same time, if you drop gifted subs, then it hurts people trying to do the PPP thing. I just want to go on record. I hate this competition, Twitch. I hate this qualification. I don't like it. But like I said, hopefully in future years, our channel has grown and we're big enough that the 300 points doesn't matter anymore, and we can just move on with our lives and do fun competitions that are available to everybody, Sydney, like the cruise competition. Tarpy, you know this too. I was going to start the cruise contest this month. I was going to start the cruise contest, and guess what? That's free for anybody. Anybody can enter that one, Sydney. Anybody could enter that one, and it would be free. And, I mean, obviously you can pay for extra tickets, but anybody can enter. Last year, we received hundreds of postcards. We received hundreds of primers. We gave away qualifications for playing marbles. We gave away qualifications for being subbed on YouTube and being a Patreon and all these other things. That was completely free. And I love doing contests like that. All right? But this one, I hate. And I just want to get it over and done. And worse, Tarpy, it's a 3-month deal. It's a 3-month deal. We got to do it for 3 months, which is so stupid. So stupid. And I hate it. But anyway, that's where we are. I hate to ask you guys on this one because this is one I don't really believe in, but I've got to get it done. It is necessary for the channel. And I have to do it. Okay, got to do it. So yeah, it's like Twitch made a reverse battle pass. Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, I can't imagine that this, Guffa, you've been around the block a time or two. I can't imagine that this actually helps Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I can't see that it actually helps Twitch because I have to feel like during this time, gifted subs are down because streamers are telling their community, don't send gifts. And it's stupid. It's so dumb. So anyway, I would appreciate your guys' help. Let's get through it. Let's get it over with. I'll throw out $2,000 in cash, and then we can get back to the fun stuff. Okay? Tarpy, go ahead.
No, it just doesn't help the competition between streamers within a population either. Where like if you're streaming at the same time as someone else, or if someone only has so much money to give in subs in 1 month, they get to pick a streamer. So it's just like, it just encourages competition within the streamers as well. And that's just, it feels icky.
Yeah, I don't like it. But it is what it is. It's a necessary evil of our partnership and our monetization schedule with Twitch. And I got to be honest with you. I mean, it makes me grumpy, but the Partner Plus program does, in fact, help fund a lot of the things that we do with you guys. Okay. So while I am grumpy about it, and I am, the extra monetization that I do, in fact, receive, I'm going to be honest about it, the extra monetization that I do, in fact, receive as a result of that program does allow us to do things like giving away Epcot tickets and doing the giveaways and doing, the battle passes and the $100 packs and all this stuff. It is important for us, especially as a creator that gives so much back to the community. So that is very, very important, and it is something that we've got to hit. Okay, so I appreciate your guys' help. Yeah, and the bouncy house. Don't forget about the bouncy houses. We got to have bouncy houses. Minnie Mabel, thank you for subscribing at Tier 1. Minnie Mabel just got a point, and our Partner Plus just went up 1 point. Aloha Diz, thank you for your Tier 1 sub. Appreciate that very much. Crash Override with the Tier 1 resub. Captain Shaw with the Tier 1 resub. And that pulls it up. Sebkino says, the only reason why I think this could be considered good is that a normal sub is recurring revenue, and lots of people sub and don't cancel, whereas gift subs are one and done. I guess maybe people do that, Sebkino. I don't. I do manage my subs. As a matter of fact, because this is funny to me, because I have Turbo, I'm actually not subscribed to a lot of streamers. I do gifts though. Okay? And that's the thing. Right? I give, you guys see, I give gifts in a lot of different streamers' channels, but I'm not subbed to them because I've got Turbo. I don't need that. But I give gifts everywhere. But guess what? This month, that hurts streamers. That hurts them. And that's terrible. It's a terrible model, but is what it is. I've ranted about it long enough. Sydney says, and then that's a giving back thing. Yeah, I think it is. I give gifts everywhere. You guys saw what I did to Lost In during his 30-hour stream. That was hilarious. Man, that was an opportunity. Yes, it was. That was a good one right there, okay? But guess what? All of that, everything that Lost In does on this channel does not help either of us for the purposes of Partner Plus. And it's terrible. I hate it. No, pal, I didn't max out the credit card, but they did give me a fraud block. I did. But I'll tell you, Lost In, it lasted longer than I thought. It lasted longer than I thought. Remember, we kept saying, okay, this is going to be the one, and then it went through, and this is going to be the one, then it went through. It wasn't until after, how many? I think it was 100. I think I did 140 subs on your channel before I finally got blocked. It was 140, and then I finally got blocked. But, yeah, I did so good. I tried. Thank you. But anyway, yeah. And by the way, congratulations. Congratulations to Lost In, who pulled off a 30-hour stream earlier this week. That is insane. Absolutely nuts. Legendary. I'm pretty sure. Do you now hold the record, or does VNex still have the record? But see, that wasn't a Fleet Command stream. He did 37 hours, but it was on a different game. I'm pretty sure you now hold the record for a Fleet Command stream. Yeah, you hold it. Yeah, Lost In is now a world record holder for the longest STFC stream. Congratulations. He did survive. Don't know how, but he did. And I have, he told me, he said, so you want to try to beat me? I'm like, nope. I am sure not. Not going to do it. Not even a chance. Killer Cujo says, I can break that. Not me. I ain't doing it. I'm not even trying. Not even trying it. Seb Kino says, I agree, it's terrible too. The real reason for it is to gatekeep the sub split. Oh, 1,000%, Seb Kino. That's exactly what it is. But you know what? That extra 20% literally makes it possible for us to do the stuff that we do for the community. Like, straight up, period. That extra 20% revenue is vital to the way that we function here at Talking Trek. So we've got to try to have it. It's such a pain. So anyway, keep an eye on the PPP points down below the screen. Anything that you guys can do, thank you so very much. There is the trick, by the way, like I said, if you are a tier 1 sub, you can upgrade to tier 2, pay the extra, then upgrade to tier 3 and pay the extra, and that's good for a total of 9 points. If you had the funds available to do that, just make sure that you drop it back down to a tier 1 for next month so that we can repeat the process. We got to do this 3 months in a row. So anyway, there you go. Are you subbing to some more Twitch channels? Like I said, yes, I will, as a result of PPP. I do that for everybody. I do that for a lot of people who are chasing PPP. I've done it. I'll just tell you, I've done it for Nolan. I've done it for Zoe. I've done it for Bafty. I've done it for Sandwich Dude. Anybody that I can think of that is actively chasing PPP, I will do that to help them out. And maybe, you know what, Seb Kino, maybe that's what they're after, right? They know that I'm a turbo guy. I might gift subs, but for this and being a member of the streamer community, I will do that for other streamers. And maybe that's what they're after. But why cannibalize the streaming community? That's also dumb. You know, don't cannibalize us. Come up with a way to bring new people in. Why don't you worry about what Kick is doing over there, huh? Why don't you worry about what TikTok streaming and YouTube streaming are doing? Why don't you worry about that instead of cannibalizing your own base?
That and the subscriptions that you can do on mobile are different than what you can do if you're on a PC or laptop.
Well, they're a different price,
I'm looking through,
but they're the same subs.
Well, also, according to Twitch's own help channel, you can only do a tier 1 sub resub on mobile. So you can't even do tier 2 or tier 3 on mobile at all. So
wow.
So it's even worse.
Yeah.
Like if people wanted to do the thing where they give Twitch money.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, they're giving Twitch money, not you directly for that. But like, yeah, you can't do different tier subs on Android. So if you have a PC that you can log into,
well,
and it doesn't matter if it's Mac or...
You can do mobile browser. You can do mobile browser. Like I've got Chrome on my Android. I could do it that way.
Often it will shove you back into the Twitch app.
Crazy enough, Twitch actually doesn't. I'll tell you why. Twitch won't do that because the subs are also cheaper because they do the same thing that Fleet Command does. They try to avoid the store, so they won't shove you back in there. They'll let you stay in a Chrome or a browser window because the subs are actually cheaper in a browser window. They're trying to keep people out of the Apple and Play stores as well. But anyway, Guffa, thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Sebkino, thank you for your Tier 1 resub. Steven Zarin, thank you for your Tier 1 resub. I appreciate the assist, guys, with the Partner Plus points, and thank you for continuing to support the channel. Juby says, don't give DJs any subs until he skydives into the Civic Center during an event. Bro, the wheel didn't land there, okay? I tried. The wheel didn't land there, okay? Wasn't my fault. But we are going to invite you down to Epcot. How's that? Come on down to Epcot and drink around the world with us. I'm going to get, I saw that they have like skin tattoos. Like, not a skin tattoo. What other kind of tattoo would there be? As opposed to, I don't know, whatever. But a temporary tattoo is what I was going to say. And it's a temporary tattoo where you can check off when you go around the world. Like the different places. Yeah. So I'm going to get the tattoo.
We're doing that.
Yeah, I'm going to get the tattoo.
You need to get a bunch.
Yeah, and we're gonna we're gonna get the tattoo on the arm. We're gonna check it off as we go. Check off all the worlds or all the countries, all the worlds. Man, I am distracted.
You doing okay over there?
Yeah, no, everything's good. I'm just trying to push. Anyway, okay, so let's see. What else did we have on the list here, Tarpy? We've got Epcot, did that. Idaho. Is anybody planning to come to Idaho? Not a big deal if you're not, really. Just throwing that out there. Tarpy, will you give the update on the Idaho stuff while I double over and paint?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
So this week, DJs and Griffin, not me, everyone. I have some work stuff I can't get away from.
Sure.
They are flying out to Idaho to knock up a few cows with a show called Two Cows, One Dongle. So that's going to be, they will fly out on Thursday of this week.
That's funny.
Do with the cows on Friday. And did you ever get a phone call back from the jail that you wanted to get into?
No.
Oh, okay. So then they won't have to try and escape jail to then fly out of Boise.
Yeah.
Because that is apparently one way that they like increase their tourism there, which is by putting people in jail.
Bring people to jail. Yeah. Oh.
So that will be Friday. I don't necessarily know if we want them to live stream the entire thing. So it would be in the morning when he usually doesn't stream, and it would be a Friday. So he's probably going to put this up as VOD later, right? Or am I just speaking out of my butt there?
I'm probably going to consult with the partner businesses once we get there. I'm not opposed to live streaming it, but they may want. We have discussed like review and all that stuff, so we may end up taping it, and
that's probably better.
That's probably what they're going to want. I wouldn't have a problem with that, but I know that was discussed, was that they wanted to be able to see and have some editorial control, and that will require production, which is completely fine. We agreed to that. That was part of why we can go out there and do this. So we've got 3 partner businesses that are going to be there with us. So it's important for us to maintain our agreements and honor our word and do right by these people. So we will likely not live stream the actual event, but it won't take long to get it back. But we do plan on bringing you guys some content while we're out there. So, okay, that's Idaho. Moving on. First Contact Day. Happy First Contact Day, everybody. Moving on. The Borg have invaded. Let's talk about how we have to go kill Borg probes for the first time in years. But you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm just going to say one thing about it. Yeah, we got to go kill Borg probes today. But
that's disgusting.
It is disgusting. But your Max Junker can kill the Borg probes now, which is great. And so I just sent out a Junker, and the probe. You're right, J-Babe. So easy with the Junker. I sent the Junker out, did the thing with the Borg cube, or the Junker and the Borg probes. However, this was kind of cool. Narratively, they went with it. Hey, Hey, what's up? Holy smokes. What's going on, VOTP?
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome, Raiders. What's going on? Thank you, Nigel, for the raid. Appreciate that very much. Give a big old shout out to Voice of the Player there. Thank you, Nigel, for the raid. Appreciate that. We were just actually moving on from Fluffer time, getting into some actual game stuff. First contact day. Got to go kill those probes. Easy to do with a junker. Narratively, I like what they did with this event. I'm just going to throw this out. Demon says, so do I need to cancel my gift sub and sub myself to help? Demon, I don't want to ask anybody to do that, but that would objectively help. If you received a gift sub and you wanted to recur sub to help us out, then yes, you can cancel the gift and you can do a tier 1. Virtual Army, thank you. 38 months, thank you. Thank you so much. Stevens Aaron just did the thing. He subbed at tier 1 and then subbed at tier 2 and then resubbed at tier 3. 9 points. Dude, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That was very, very kind of you. You guys are going to have to help me keep an eye on the PPP number because, again, I can't actually see it. Why can't I see it? That's also a stupid thing. You know, if you want us to do this, God, you guys got me on another rant. If you want us to do this, give us the tools to track it. Okay? You know what I have to do? No lie. I have to actually pull myself up on Twitch to look at it. I have to look at my own channel to come down here and see my PPP points. Why? That's so dumb. God, if you're going to do this stupid thing, then make it so that we can actually do it. Anyway. What was I talking about? First contact. Narratively, I love this. This is what they did. They were actually thinking ahead, whether it was narrative or whether it was not trying to put everybody into one system. But I'm glad that they did what they did. They added Borg probes to all the capital systems. How cool was that? Divine says, could you just add it to your stream deck? I can't see it. I can't track anything. No, I can't. I have to, their only metric, listen, Stream Elements doesn't do it. Stream Labs doesn't do it. The only thing that I can see for Partner Plus points is on my own page to look at it as a viewer. That's it. That's the only way I've got to see it. There's
You're
no metric.
inflating your own viewer numbers.
There's no metric.
How dare you?
Yeah, I'm watching myself. I'm +1 listener. There's no way to track it otherwise. No, there's no metric. It doesn't go to Stream Elements, Streamlabs, any of those things. There's no way to see it. It's so dumb. Anyway, they added a level 60 probe, and they put them all in the capital city systems, which was nice. That was a nice thing. And I'm actually going to give them a little bit of credit on that. I kind of like it. I'll let you guys comment for a second. Tarpy, you go.
Okay. So people were kind of mad at first that they had to do Borg probes. And I'm like,
probes suck.
Yeah, they do. I don't need them for anything. Anybody after Ops 58 probably needs them for exactly nothing.
Funny story.
Uh-oh.
I couldn't even find them. I had to come into the chat. I had to come into my chat and be like, guys, is this bad that I honestly haven't hit them in so long? I don't remember where they are.
No, it's not bad. It means that you've finished loops and you're doing other things.
I couldn't remember where they were. I couldn't find them.
Yeah, right by freebooters, right? So like the loot isn't helpful, but the event for doing the grind is it gives you regular mats. So 35 hostiles or whatever it ended up being. Oh well. 7 junker beams.
7 junker beams. Everything was fine. I'm standing. Everything's fine. Don't freak out. I'm just standing. I am not vaping. Skippy, I'm just standing. I'm trying to stretch.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stretch just a little bit and see if I can free this up any at all. Yeah,
anyway,
Algrima said I had to hunt around for them. I went to freebooters first. I couldn't find them. Didn't know where they were. But then somebody told me they were in the capital systems, and I was like, okay, that's great.
But, it didn't hurt anybody really. Like it was narratively appropriate, and I'm actually kind of okay with that.
I was
like,
too.
It's fine.
Captain Shaw, I have to ask, you say you still have the 58 probe system bookmarked. A, how are your bookmarks still there after so much time? My bookmarks disappear monthly. Seriously, do you guys not still have this problem? I don't even try to keep bookmarks anymore because they disappear every single month. That's right. I was.
Isn't that just the problem when you log in like on various different devices? Because I'm pretty sure I still have ones from like 2 years ago.
Really?
I think so. Let me check. If I have any bookmarks. Oh, I can't. We can't. It's not. It doesn't work. I can't check.
Wait, your guys' bookmarks never go away? Guys, I lose my bookmarks all the time. Divine says, okay, Divine is reaffirming what Tarpy said. Your bookmarks disappear when you log on to different devices. So wait, because I play on my Android and on PC, I lose my bookmarks? Dumb. Mm-hmm. Also dumb. That's dumb. Fix it. I'm grumpy.
Can't read that, Ryder.
I'm grumpy today. Okay, says I've never lost bookmarks.
Hey, this works. I'm not grumpy.
Well, I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad that you guys don't lose bookmarks. I thought that was an everybody thing. Bookmarks have been dead for me for a really long time because they always disappear.
So remember, the next time that someone mentions that they have this experience with the game, such as things moving in the faction store, it absolutely could exactly exist.
I know it. I know it can exist. You know what? It's so funny. After you told me that things in the faction store don't change places,
they do.
I did have 2 bundles actually change places on me. It's in the in the Section 31 store. They changed. Oh,
bookmarks are functioning as intended.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Floyd says, I don't have PC and mine disappear, but I guess if you play on 2 different devices, maybe 2 different mobiles, it'll happen. So besides normal issues, what brought this maintenance on? Says Anger Manager. So I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream. It was a planned maintenance originally. Obviously, something happened on a hiccup as they were deploying because it was only supposed to be 30 minutes. But something happened on the backside and something failed or something didn't pass QC or they got a red light, something like that. But no, the maintenance was, in fact, going to be very, very normal. As a matter of fact, very, very early, there wasn't even a ceasefire shield planned to go up because it was supposed to be like a 20-minute maintenance. And that didn't end up happening. So I don't know what caused the delay. Obviously, something did not go as planned. Okay. Anger Manager says on Easter Sundays, Scopely doesn't work Sundays. So crazy enough, they do. There are always people there on Sundays. However, this was not exclusionary to Scopely. So I'll try to explain this because I don't know what vendor it was, but a lot of vendors, like in my line of work, a lot of vendors will do overnight maintenance or they'll do weekend maintenance when they expect the least number of people to be using their platform. Now, that may not be the case for a video game company, but we share, right? We share AWS with some of the largest companies in the world. So this had started out as kind of a co-op maintenance where they were going to shut something down. And listen, at the end of the day, Fleet Command's not a super big client, all right? So they're not going to work around our schedule. They're going to work around people like FedEx, UPS, Amazon, things like that. So this was one of those things where it wasn't necessarily a Scopely-initiated thing. However, Scopely also had things to do on their side as well, which is why it hasn't come back up. So I would imagine that they decided to do some stuff at the same time to minimize downtime as one of the vendors was going to have downtime as well. So the vendor did their thing, and then Scopely tried to do theirs, and something may have gone awry. But APAC and European are back online. So it is something somewhat exclusive to the U.S. servers. I don't have any more information on that. Ricky says, what a cluster bomb. Not necessarily. Things like this happen. Like yesterday. Yesterday was Saturday. This is dumb. All right, I'll give you an example. Yesterday is Saturday. I work at a car dealership, and we sell cars, right? But the DMV decided to do maintenance on a Saturday at 9 a.m. All right. And I'm assuming that was because, hey, nobody's in the office and not very many people are using the system and et cetera, et cetera. So Saturday, 9 a.m., the DMV system goes down for what was planned to be 1 hour. They finally came back up at 3 p.m. All right. Things like this happen. And it's not always Fleet Command's fault, although most of the time it is. Okay, most of the time. And in this case, I think what they had decided to do was there was a little bit of extra work that they were going to do to coincide with the time that their partner was down. So that ended up happening. Lube has a different theory, though, tinfoil hat. I hear they're struggling to make your account less squishy, causing them massive, massive issues. Thank you. Appreciate that. Ricky says, well, the DMV is government, so that explains that. But that's my point, Ricky. It sometimes partners will choose a time that may not necessarily be super conducive to you, but you really don't have a choice. You just kind of got to stick with it. Calrick says this could be a server's update for Tuesday, and I do believe, in fact, that was part of what they were working on today. So Fleet Command took advantage of the time that the servers were going to be down anyway and decided to go ahead and roll some architecture updates. But obviously, clearly, something did in fact happen that caused them a little bit of delay. But again, not the end of the world. It's a holiday Sunday. This does not impact our ability to still escape our family. We can still say we've got to go to the bathroom and cycle our miners. Okay, you can still do that. They don't know that the game's in maintenance, all right? They don't know the game's in maintenance. You can still say, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick, and I'll be right back. Belgray says, why not do it at night? Because not all companies do that. All right, not all companies do that. And they probably, if I had to guess, if I am guessing, Belgrace, the vendor decided to do it on Easter Sunday because they probably figured that very few of their clients were going to be using their networks on Easter Sunday. Okay, so I imagine that, the major, like the UPSs and the FedExes and the Hulus of the world, right? They were probably not going to be using a ton of the internet architecture today. But as far as Fleet Command goes, there really is no good time. Why not do it at night? Because then that affects EU and APAC. Which are almost as many players as in North America. So there's not a good time for a global game to go down. They just had to pick a time, and in this case, the time was chosen for them because of a vendor. So, yeah, Johnny Five says they didn't account on us trying to hide from our families, and I get that. But again, families don't know you're in maintenance. You can still do it. Okay, you can still go do it. Kelrick says IT people may have agreed to work on Sunday at daytime more than at night because of the double time pay issue. And again, it's a holiday, So there's a lot of things that could have happened here. But that is where we are. Obviously, there was a little bit of a hiccup that may have happened while they were doing some implementation, but everything will be fine eventually, I'm sure. Belgrade says makes sense. Yeah, it's unfortunate that it's happening here, and obviously Scopely's not without fault. They did clearly experience a hiccup, but I also am usually one of those people that am like, okay, well, if you found the bug, let's go ahead and patch it. Don't plug it, don't try to turn it back on while things are broken still. So I'm okay with them extending maintenance, especially if it means that they found something that they're going to try to fix before they just roll it out to us and be something bad. Budget Gunner said if it was planned, why only the 1 hour notice? Yeah, because it's Easter Sunday, is my guess, Budget Gunner. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Scopely was working Friday. It was Good Friday. That's a holiday even here in the States. So I think most people probably were off, and it probably just got dropped. Probably just got dropped in the communication. But yeah, they didn't work Friday. So yeah, it was an Easter egg. Go with that. someone waked it up today. But yeah, it Friday they were off because it was Good Friday, and it probably just got missed. All right. It probably got missed. And again, that's why I say they're not without fault. Okay, but it is understandable. Easter egg hunt happening today in game. If you didn't know where your first one was, do you want me to tell you? The first one's easy. It was a Lower Decks reference and a Strike Team reference. In case anybody didn't know where that was, your first Easter egg was hidden up in the Officer Depot store. Okay, that's where you go find your first Easter egg. So if you can remember that when the game comes back online, then hop in there and do that. Okay. Yeah, actually, you know what? Hey, I'm going to tell you, as a matter of fact, it's not just Friday. They've also got Monday off as well. Thank you for that, by the way. So, yeah, they were off Friday and Monday. So, I mean, yeah, things happen, guys. Things happen. And, yes, sometimes you work at a business that's open. It's not a holiday. Well, okay. Maybe it's not an actual holiday, but a lot of businesses closed. Now, I worked on Friday. I did, but a lot of businesses don't. And Scopely did not. Scopely is off on Friday and Monday. So there you go. Anywho, Divine says, since EU and APAC are online, makes you wonder what went wrong. Any number of things. Somebody hit the backspace key, or there was a comma in the wrong place. It could have been any number of things, Divine, but yeah, obviously something did in fact happen that was unexpected, and they're tinkering with it. So anyway, have they acknowledged the oopsie? Yes, indeed they have. Not what it was, but they have announced that EU and APAC are up, and that US is ongoing in its correction. So, yeah, they've acknowledged it. They haven't told us what it was. I don't know that they'll expect to tell us what it is. But, yeah, they have acknowledged that EU and APAC are up and that U.S. are still undergoing maintenance. All right, Easter events. Tarpy, why don't you walk our players through what we've got with the Easter event? We've got an Easter egg hunt, and we also have a meta for performing tasks. Tell us a little bit about that while I barf.
It's really hard to know what to tell y'all because I didn't actually take screenshots of the events when I wrote up the show notes because I just assumed that the game was going to work.
Yeah, that's fair. I can help. So we've got an Easter egg hunt, which they've done in the past. There's just a hidden bundle.
The same.
Yeah.
Yep.
They've done it in the past. There's a hidden bundle.
And it's the same, like, do a task towards a meta, and that the tasks each, go hunt a hostile or whatever.
Yep.
Those tasks each feed to a meta over the next 7 days plus a few hours until the reset. And at the end of those, I'm assuming 16 events because there is a little bit of overflow, and you get, I think, 200 points per event or something like that. You do get an Easter frame a week later.
That's fine. We did get a gift today. I liked the 60-year anniversary egg. That was cute. Cool. I like that. So that one did come today in a gift chest. But yeah, no, just light, fun little events. What I like too is that the Easter events have been written in a clue fashion. So you're going to get to be able to kind of run around and do a little bit of a scavenger hunt with the Easter eggs, which I kind of like, right? Johnny Five says, I appreciate that these had hints that were a little bit of a riddle, but actually made enough sense to solve it. Absolutely. We knew that today's was to go and kill Federation hostiles. We'll see what the remaining days hold. But, yeah, we got a couple of cool little things. Here's a screenshot of our first contact avatar that we got, which I thought was nice. That was an avatar that was given. Didn't have to be earned. It was just in a gift chest. But I really, really liked this, the 60th anniversary Easter egg. That was cute to me. I very much like it. And so that was a really cool thing. I appreciated the effort that they put in, to these particular events. And here was, thank you for the screenshots. Appreciate that. Here's one of the clues that we got today. Hidden in a place where Badgie and other lower decks officers reside. Strike team officers share the same home. Well, first thing I thought was exactly that, the Officer Depot section. So I went up there and took a look in the Officer Depot section, and sure enough, there they were all the way at the end. There was our beautiful little 60th anniversary Easter egg, and we got a little bit of currency and got our points for the meta. So yeah, listen, I'm as far as holiday events go. Yeah, as far as holiday
Yeah.
events go, I've enjoyed this. I always like the puzzles. I like the scavenger hunt kind of things. So those are good.
Yeah. And it's engagement that you can do your 30-something hostels. You get stuff from it, you move along.
Yep.
So even if you are not a person who celebrates that particular holiday, choose to do the events or not. But
Still
it's still
pretty
free
egg.
stuff for not a lot of effort.
Still
Yeah.
a pretty egg.
Right. I still think that egg is cute. Like,
It is a good egg. I like it. He's a
you
good
can
egg.
ignore the fact that a
He's a good
mammal
egg.
that doesn't usually.
Teppies,
know.
we're doing our best, man. Actually, what we had always planned on recording a podcast for today, which is okay because we don't have a lot to do in the game. But yeah, we had actually planned on a podcast, and that's actually where we're going to take our next segment. So I am going to have to run to the restroom real quick. I'm going to dip for a second, but I know that Matters is here, and Tarpy had kind of written this segment. I don't know if Putz or Karkin are going to be able to join us, but one of the other things that we are celebrating, and yes, my announcement was slightly inaccurate because free-to-play Excelsior Day is actually Wednesday. It comes up Wednesday. But this is a great opportunity for us to kind of revisit and talk a little bit about the Excelsior and its loop with the challenge track and what it does and how players can start to engage with it right here, right up front. So, Tarpy, I'm going to leave you for this particular teaching segment here very quickly. Hopefully, maybe Putz or Karkin can join in. But here's the deal. While Sphere owners are doing their thing this month, there are non-Sphere owners that have really nothing new to do this month, so it's catch-up time. And since the Excelsior becomes free-to-play this week, what are we doing with the Excelsior? How do we use it? How do we crew matters if we've got this thing unlocked, brand new tier 1? How do we go? How do we do it? And what is involved with the Excelsior loop?
Okay.
It's
Go Matters.
okay. I mean, it's excuse me. It's a pretty simplistic loop. It's very simple. You get another daily that shows up with the V'ger, and it's just to kill 5 of the 5 of the summoned fighters, the V'ger fighters.
What currency do you need to do that?
You know, to summon them, there is no currency. It's free. It's got a minute or a 30-second cooldown or something. 30-second, I think. 30-second cooldown.
It's not even that fast. Yeah.
Yeah. Like sometimes your cooldown is done before the thing actually hits you. Like.
Yep.
It's got a fast cooldown. There's no cost to it. You can summon them as much as you want. Brand new out of the box is probably going to be, I think, like, if I remember correctly, I think it was like a lot easier then.
Yes.
Like very
I
simple to
remember.
kill the ones you need to kill. I've always aimed for one level higher because then you only have to kill 3, and that saves me 1 whole minute. So
Right.
so that's what I do.
So you get your ship, you go to the system that is listed at minimum, the system that is listed in that new daily. And so it will take you there if you want, or you can go up to 1 system higher. I think if you go more than 2 systems higher, they don't actually count.
I've heard
those
that,
anymore.
and that's a bug. They're supposed to count, and it even says in the tooltip, kill like 1+ levels higher than you. But apparently, people don't score if they go 2 levels higher or 3 levels higher.
So we'll see if that's in the maintenance for today.
We'll see.
Unlikely.
I mean, I don't think it needs to be because there's literally no reason to. You get nothing. They drop like regular broken ship parts, and they drop some of the juice that you need for its second ability, the enhance ability, but they all drop that same amount. Going up to a higher level doesn't get you more of that stuff.
Yep.
So there's literally no reason to go more than 1 level higher.
And it still takes like a grand total of under 5 minutes, even if you just click the button once a minute. So
Yeah.
if you want to go higher, great. If you don't, also fine. Have you found that crew, if you are trying to hit at your level or one up, really makes a big difference?
Actually, aside from like day one, I've never even tried to hit my level. So
Okay.
I've always hit one up just because.
Okay.
Now, I do find now that I'm a few tiers in, like when I very first tier it up, it struggles a bit. Like I might die on the third if I'm using just a total garbage crew. If I put on any kind of a even remotely decent hostile killing crew, then it's fine.
Yeah. So there's a couple kind of things that go with that. There is a warp range research that is one of the first things in that research tree. Um, so doing that pretty early on will help. Obviously, once you first get the ship, you're not going to have a big plethora of research particles, but there are other things in that tree, such as hull for the ship, shield for the ship, impulse speed for the Excelsior. There are PvE with the boost that it does. There's PvP with the boost that it does.
Mhm.
And I was going to ask you to think about the tier 5 research. So there's kind of two bumps. I think there's one at tier 5 and one at tier 10. And I think the tier 5 is the sweep. Do you remember which one that one is?
Oh yeah, there's both. There's a tier 5 sweep and there's a tier 10 sweep.
Okay.
So it's tier 5. You can research a sweep to do the one daily,
Okay.
so it clears the one daily, and then tier 10 it same thing, just kill the hostiles to clear the other daily. But you need to kill them at your ops level, not the level that the other daily is telling you to kill. Like the Excelsior daily is based on the tier of your ship, so everyone has to hit 55s. Is that the lowest of your system, or 53s or something?
51. I think
Is it
people are saying it's
51?
53, but you can
Okay.
get the ship.
You can get the ship at
Sorry,
51.
I got
But if
distracted.
53 is the lowest system, then everybody with a tier 1 Excelsior, their daily is to hit 53s, no matter what ops level they are.
For that
The
ship.
sweeps, however,
That ship
require.
daily. Yeah.
That's for the
Just for the
that's for
Excelsior.
just the Excelsior ship daily. The sweeps, however, when you unlock them, to be able to sub out doing the sweeps with the Excelsior, you need to hit summon levels at your ops level. So it may not be super helpful to worry about spending them because they're also relatively expensive. Spending the particles on those for a lot of people.
And
Yeah.
Shiz mentions that the tier 10 sweep has a timeline with what's currently in the game right now. So no efficiencies as well as no kind of bumps in those particles. It has a timeline of about a year to longer, depending on how consistent you are with the loop. So how useful will that sweep
But
be by the time you get there? It
really?
may or may
That
not be
long?
good. It,
Is
it
that to get
depends.
to tier 10, or is that to get the particles, like the amount
Probably the
needed to
particles.
get the research? Because
I would
I feel
imagine the
like,
particles.
well,
And I think
okay.
the last few weeks, the general recommendation for people who already had the Excelsior was to say, okay, don't do the sweep research until your Excelsior can hit the ops level ships that you need it to.
Mhm.
Because there's no point in having that research until your Excelsior can hit at your ops.
Yeah.
So um it's still a long time out. And Shiz did mention a correction. No, he means the ship progression itself. Um,
Gotcha.
I will
Okay.
say
That makes more sense.
mine is already tier 5. Um, and I did get
Wahoo.
it on launch day, and it's a little past tier 5, but I see our cat is back. So what it goes Thinking back to the track itself, what tasks can free-to-play now do that they couldn't do before? Or how far in that task progression can they go that they couldn't before?
How far in the
there's two
the
more.
The
There's
actual challenge track.
Yeah, challenge track. The two purple events now become available to you free to play, and those are going to provide additional officer shards and extra credits, extra faction credits in the first milestone. The second milestone includes an exocomp for extra isolytic damage. That extra isolytic damage is actually kind of nice. I mean, it's small, but it is useful.
50%. That's not that bad.
Yeah, no, it is. It's really good, and sadly, I almost always miss it daily, so I haven't gotten it for the last couple of weeks. But it is available free to play with Perfection. You can get both of those purple tracks, and that'll increase your officer shards and increase your isolytic damage for the week, and get you some extra faction credits as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that also puts you
another daily and 2 more tasks to do for extra rewards.
Yep. Within that, within the range of getting that gold task for $20. So I understand for a lot of free to play, you might just be like, no, I'm not buying anything, which is also totally fine. But you can, with $20 and perfect completion, do that gold box on the end of the challenge track and double the rewards from the rest of the week.
How many people are actually engaging with that gold milestone? I have not. I did one time, and I have not done it since then. I was just kind of curious. Has that been a thing that Scopely's making money off of? I mean, are the spenders kind of buying that thing? Because I haven't felt a lot. I haven't felt an urgency to do that. So I was just kind of curious if anybody's done it.
I'm 23 shards away from tiering Uhura. And if Scopely said this publicly, that they would consider changing the officer that's in there. So if they were to change Uhura in the next month or 2, I wanted to make sure that I got the tier up of her because we don't know other sourcing for her. So I was going to actually buy that today, but we'll see. We'll see.
Broken.
Yeah, K9 says, I don't know if anybody's going to be finishing the challenge track this week, seeing as how it resets tonight at midnight. So I don't know. We'll keep you posted on that. I did take a quick moment. I was listening to you guys, and I was also checking up on Dev Chat, and did point out the fact that U.S. players would have a shield until 2:30. Unless the game came up, significantly sooner than that, and the response was, "We are hoping to have all systems back up by then, so players can log in and reapply if needed."
Not what you want to hear.
Yeah, and I was like, I just responded back. I was like, I won't be logging in at 2:30 in the morning. So I don't know. I don't know what they're running into. Obviously, it sounds like it might be becoming a little bit more severe than what we had originally thought. What's going to happen with TC today, Smith? I can't tell you. I'm sure that a lot of these things are answers that we're going to have to get, but I can tell you with certainty that they weren't prepared with answers for these things because it was supposed to be a 20-minute maintenance. So, territory capture, challenge track,
territory capture is obvious. It's just whoever has it keeps it. That's it.
But you might need points for the actual battle pass thing.
Yeah.
That you would have gotten today.
I gotta join one tomorrow.
Not everybody can. So just as a to reframe kind of some of the thinking here.
I don't know. I don't do it.
I don't
look at it. But people do care.
I don't show up with TCs.
Yeah. Just every time that we do have a regular maintenance in what is the nighttime for the US or anything like that, that is prime time hours for a lot of APAC players. So all of the conversations we are having about missing events, about missing things, about all of that is exactly what APAC players have every time we have a game maintenance. So Yeah, like all of the things that we are worried about here, we are totally understandably worried about, but this is a problem every single time we have maintenance for APAC and often EU as well.
Yeah, so they're again, I am 1,000% sure that right now the priority is on repairing whatever went wrong. But once that comes back up, there's a list of items that are being raised that we'll do our best to make sure that players are made whole on. Obviously, territory capture battle pass points are going to be one. Challenge track credits will be another. So, yeah. There you go. Nilrune says the difference is they get an ETA where we don't have one. Yeah, no, I don't think there is one yet. I mean, and sometimes that happens. I mean, that genuinely sometimes does happen.
Extended maintenance before, like every couple of months, they'll have to do an extended hour or whatever, and they'll message and
in fairness, technically, they are. They did just give me an ETA of 2:30 in the morning. Eastern time. So, but I don't.
If we keep talking,
yeah,
might be awake then.
They said they hope.
Yeah, we hope to have all systems up by 2:30 in the morning, and then players can log in and reapply. I can tell you, I won't be logging in at 2:30 in the morning, but we'll see.
Yeah,
it happens. We'll have to see what happens. But again, right now, I'm sure that their primary focus is on repairing whatever went wrong. And then we can start looking at the compensation and making players whole. But right now, I can assure you, this is probably a code red, and the focus is not on what are we going to do about this. The focus is let's get the game back online. So, yeah, what did they do?
My car steal.
Don't know.
They don't care.
Yeah, I have no idea what they did. I can't honestly tell you at this point. It was supposed to be something simple. Obviously, simple did not pan out today. So, yeah. Blame IPAC. All right. So there you go. The Excelsior, easy peasy. If you are jumping into that loop with the Excelsior, then keep looking at those extra dailies and working on that. Conquer Borg Solar Armadas. People have been progressing. I believe everybody should be dive bar 20 by now. Is Pal still in the chat? You should be there by now, I'm hoping, buddy. Did Hammy light the Christmas tree? Yes. That's obviously what happened. Dive bar 20. Most players should be there now, which should start to tinker with your the change, the shift in your strategy towards acquiring the Borg Sphere. If you're going to do that free to play, just kind of curious about that and wondering where you guys are with that. We can open up call-ins if you want, because I'm telling you, I am not feeling well, and I'm probably going to dip here in a minute. I'll let Tarpy and Matters run the end of the show, so we can open call-ins. I can run board up. I can't concentrate. I'm in a ton of pain. So.
What did you eat?
I don't
Have you
know.
taken anything that will help you expel things from the top or the bottom?
No.
Okay. So.
Oh God.
Did you drink more water?
I'm drinking water. More water.
Okay.
Did you have like a bad Easter roast or something? Did you go to the strip club to have Easter dinner?
No. All right.
Maybe you should.
I'm gonna go. Tarpy, you're in charge. Bye.
Okay.
Feel better.
Discord has to be the call-ins, not Twitch. Okay. So
Colin.
This is.
What are we calling in about?
All right. So if y'all want to do call-ins, so I think what we were going to do for call-ins was kind of talk about where people are with various things. So where are free to play, or what are free to play working on? I know Excelsior is within the next few days, because this arc frankly does not have much besides a whole crud load of events for people in a bunch of buckets for people who are free to play. So if you didn't buy the ship, you don't get the stuff from. So I can't do camera today, y'all. Also, if he's not doing stuff,
If he's not clicking buttons, nothing we can do.
Right.
We'll just have to stare at his maintenance screen.
Yeah. So let's. All right. So Matters, what are you working on kind of this month?
Nothing.
Have you been working on your Borg solos or what?
Well, yeah, I've been doing them, but I mean, I'm not really working on anything. I'm not, as I've said several times, right? Like right now, just the scope and the requirements and the very narrow path to kind of navigate G7 that's been thrust upon the players it sounds horrible and boring to me. So I am for once in my 2 STFC account careers not working on anything. I'm just I'm spending a lot less time playing the game is what I'm working on. I'm going in, I'm finishing the new stuff, and I'm doing most days I do the V'ger dailies. I'll miss 1 or 2 a week like DJs. I'm getting I do have dive bar 20. I'm getting my Borg solo armadas done every week. And I did buy the sphere, so I'm kind of working on that too, I guess. But I mean that's a once a week mechanic. So really, I only did it the one day, and then I had to kill more because there was an event a few days later. But like, yeah, the Borg Sphere is like, yeah, once a week you go out and you kill a bunch of stuff, and then you're done for the week. Which
It's
I
kind
like
of a
a
big
whole
number.
lot better than the V'ger and being required to do that every single day.
Yeah, totally agree on that
To
one.
be honest, yeah.
Yeah, I have actually, in the month of March, I was just having like shitty thing after shitty thing happen to my life. So I didn't really do a whole lot of STFC events,
Mm-hmm.
just because I didn't have the mental space for it. And um, the last 2 weeks, I've intentionally prioritized if I do no other dailies, I'm doing my challenge track because, as I said, I wanted to, like, I am close enough to tiering Uhura, or at least having the shards to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Regardless
the
of if I
same.
have the
Like
currency. Yeah.
there have been a few days where like literally the only daily I have done is the challenge track dailies,
Yeah.
and no other
Um,
ones at all.
yeah.
Not even the like
And
Russia building one.
yeah. And you mentioned that the um, risk breaker, I'm going to come back to that. The sphere is a once a week thing. Yeah, it's literally when they reset the Maverick
Yeah.
tasks. Notice my pause now going between tasks and track because I'm switching challenge tasks and
Challenge
Maverick
track
track.
to Maverick
Yeah,
tasks. Yeah, yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Easy to
Um,
mix them up. It's like when
yep.
they came out with like the Revenant, like right after the Relativity, right after the Revenant. It's like,
And the
and then they came
Reliant
out
a
with the
few months
Reliant,
later.
which is another one that like I would short form Relativity to REL, and then they come out with the Reliant. It's like, well, which one do you mean? It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
The one that matters,
So
it makes sense in the conversation we're having. That one.
yeah. As much as I was reasonably okay with getting the prototype Forbidden Tech in the Sphere pack, I wish they would have actually just given me Sphere parts, or I had the choice between buying the pack with the Forbidden Tech and the pack with the
Yeah.
parts.
Right?
And otherwise
Yeah.
give me
They
the
totally
equivalent pack. Um,
they stuck it to us with that one. It seemed like such a
yeah,
good deal. Man.
right. And I mean, I was excited in the playtest when I heard that they were going to do that. I was like, oh, that's awesome. And they can't give exact pack details during that. But I was like, oh, that's a really good way to get people to buy the new thing, is give them something that would also be sold for that amount of money
Right?
in the same thing. But to be honest, with the number of upgrade events that we've had, I would have preferred getting the ship parts, because I think with buying it the first day and getting my parts out of the store, I can do like 3 components maybe.
Yeah.
And
That's probably right.
yeah, it just
Mhm.
feels about as odd.
Well, and like until I went out and actually tried to kill things, I didn't realize you don't need the forbidden. Like it's fine. It's fine. It does the job. You don't need a forbidden tech, and it's going to take longer to tear up those stupid forbidden techs than it is to tear up the ship anyway. Like
Right.
the expense in the epic credits with how little you get and the 2 different currencies for each one, and actually I guess 3 or 4 for the chaos tech, because eventually you have to get the epic one, the stuff, the G7 epic stuff. Like yeah, and it's like and right now they do nothing. Like
Right.
on the unlock, they do nothing. You get that 10% hyperthermic decay reduction, and that's all you can get. And the forbidden tech gives you warp speed. 0 help in the fight. Like, yeah. So like it's pretty bad. Pretty displeased with this month.
Yeah. And I mean, the whole idea here was like try and see where free to play are with a lot of things and like what people, and this was a absolutely planned section of this show today, was where are free to play with various things. Excuse me, as I choke. Riskbreaker mentioned that depending on how active your alliance is and how well they've done in different events, that you could by now have your warp dive bar up to level 30. Is that a common thing in chat? So how many people are potentially in that situation?
Up to level 30.
Up to level 30.
Fancy.
I see. So yeah, chat, why don't you just put in about where yours is? So I see some 23s, I see 24. I see a 21. But the biggest difference is that a week ago, when we asked this same question, and Raj, you changed your name back. When we asked this a week ago, almost no one free to play was above 20. So now that people are at 20 and above, and I do see some 30s in there, how are people doing on their Conqueror Borg solos? Yeah, if you can't get into check, yeah, we get it. I've been trying to explain events with no idea what the events are.
I mean, on your solo task though, right? Like how are you doing? People should have an idea of how they're doing in the solo task. We're not worried about the alliance task right now.
Yeah, and this is also just kind of a progress check on some of the research, because I remember at the very beginning of the month, last month, people were, I don't want to say completely doom and gloom, but a fair bit of doom and gloom about never getting to the Armada research and never getting to some things.
That didn't take that long. That wasn't too bad. I think free to play should have it by now.
So are a lot of people at least able to hit at their ops level for those Conqueror Borg solos? Because again, we've had conversations, and chat I'm asking, because I can see the Twitch chat and I can see the YouTube chat when it comes up on the stream. Are people doing better? Because I'm seeing a lot of no, I can't hit my ops. Yeah. I'm just doing it like Scopely. They can't figure out the events when they can get into the game. Yeah, I feel that, Bacon Fish. Let's see. I'm seeing a bunch of people saying, it's really dependent on your particular account. That people can do pretty close to their ops, or at least one below.
Which gets you the 5 of the 7. right? So it's
Yeah.
still a decent payout.
Yeah. There's a very, very, very small number of people who can actually hit up. And do we know if so how are people thinking about this? Is the 72 at your ops or not at your ops if you're ops 71? Because my other option is 69. And that sounds fun, but it's not that kind of 69.
Right.
Op 62 bacon fishes and has finally gotten to where he can hit the 58s.
We need the chart.
Tibbs says 72 would be at ops since it's the first G7. And y'all, I'm just testing the chat delay to see when my jokes actually hit chat. I will say for myself, I can do 172 with all of the buffs. I can probably do more than that if I worked with matters on my crew.
Maybe.
And okay, thanks, Tibbs. But I can't do two. So once my battleship and once my explorer die, I need the buffs that I had thrown on them.
Right. And we don't get enough juice to do 7 max fortifies a week.
Well, even if I did, I can't do them all in one day, and I tend to bulk play. I'm not the type of person who wants to do that crew with one fleet preset. The event is Saturdays. Yeah. Really need to pump up those rookie trait numbers, Lord of Chaos. It's tier 5 Riskbreaker, and yes, I have a vengeance. It is baby. So I just need to try harder at crewing if I want to do more than one at a time. And I generally don't care enough to do more than 172 at a time for me.
That's fair.
But
that's where I was at with the 69s, like when in the first week that it launched. But then I figured them out, and now I can cut through them like butter. But
yeah,
that's because I don't have to hit 72s
yet. I mean, you could. You could. You
I
have
don't know if I
access to. You have access to all of the same stuff that I do because I don't have any surge research. So
you have a vengeance.
You probably could. I do, but yeah, like the only reason I would hit some of the 72s is the alliance benefits from it, and I do need to use my max fort. So if I'm going to do that, I might as well hit up a level, do my one, and then go back to the 69s. But like for me, I'm kind of thinking that the sphere and wanting my teammates to be able to get the sphere for me and my ability to and time that I can put cerebrally into thinking about this game, because I spend way too much time thinking about this stupid game. I want to try and hit more 72s so that the people on my team can get more of the regular Maverick credits. And I don't want to try and push everyone else to do that because they will or they won't. And if 2 or 3 people in the alliance can end up doing that every couple weeks, everybody else gets more credits. And I think that's good for my team. But I don't know.
You're nice. You're a better teammate than I am.
I wouldn't say that. I don't go to territory defense either.
I don't either.
Nope. Tell
And
the
I
like
don't.
5 people from my alliance that are in chat right now.
And I don't do more than my percentage amount based on the number of players on our team for its events. Once I've hit that number, unless I need to keep going for a solo event, I stop.
Yeah.
I do not spend more than. I don't spend 1 minute longer than my fair share of the scoring to clear the thing. So
Hey,
I would
Strider,
say, yeah, you're a better teammate than me. I'm a pretty god awful teammate.
yeah, you are. You're just
Yep.
such a jerk. Since I know this is going on a podcast, I would have sworn more at you, but here we are. Riskbreaker, Strider's going to answer your question. Usually it's 6 out of 7 for the aggregation. I think the armadas we do 5 to 6.
Yeah.
I think we've done 6, 7, 6. Yeah, mostly 6. But I think we have a few more active players than the number in Riskbreakers alliance, but I'm not sure. Like, just because of the balance of our alliance, just numbers wise, I think has about 10 more people than theirs does. So, not a judgment at all. Just you look at the number of people in each alliance, and we have more. But Mimi had an interesting point a few seconds ago, and I'm going to go find it again. How that's definitely a pattern with that Maverick track. Track is the right word, right? Yes.
Pass.
Pass. Dang it. Okay, this is going to be my reliant versus relativity thing.
Yeah.
And y'all on YouTube, I do see your comments on the maintenance, and I will come back to that, but we're in a thing. So that's definitely a pattern with the Maverick track. Mimi says all of the alliance tasks really rely on high level or high spend players scoring disproportionately well. And in a lot of ways, I don't mind that. Like you expect the people who are spending the money to be able to score well, right? Like that we spend our money to be able to do the stuff most of the time, and I say that because I bought a sphere. My one purchase, lets me feel like a whale. But also, yeah, that's kind of every alliance event where you do kind of rely on one section of the population, and it is usually the spenders that do the stuff. But I I feel like this is an interesting way to try and bring alliances together to do things. Because you do have a balance of the players who put in a lot of time and a lot of money. Like everybody's on a range of everything, and there's always that one person, either on your server or somewhere around, who would show up to a level 49 Armada with a G6 Epic. And you're like, do you mind? And it's like, well, I just want to help. You have 100 billion power ship and everyone else is flying a pylon. Why are you here? And so you have those players who don't necessarily think about their teammates in the way that you would like them to think about their teammates. And we all know those people, right? So it's that these tasks are so tied to everybody trying to push upwards that I think right now, since it's so new, we're all mad that we can't get 7 out of 7 every week. Mad being a weird term, but I'm kind of glad that we can't, because it gives us goals to work for. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's been my stance the whole time. I mean, it's why release something if everybody can max it right out of the gate? It's not a loop. That's just it's a claim.
Yeah, I'm always unpopular when I say not everybody should finish everything right when it comes out.
Absolutely not.
But yeah, once we reach the top of it, it will be boring, and that's a good thing. Like when the content gets natively boring, I think that's good.
Mhm.
And HRH Luna, I'm just going to call you Luna, mentioned it's actually helped with their FOMO because they've just accepted that they can't always get everything done. So you do your best to get the events done that you can get done. And then you just either kind of cheer on your teammates and be like, hey guys, can we get one or two more people doing this? Or you just kind of live with it and go touch some grass. And Shiz, that is exactly why I do try and punch up slightly on the armadas, because everyone else's sphere blueprints does somewhat depend on a couple people trying to punch up on the alliance tasks. So, what is this grass stuff you speak of? Webster sponge. It is occasionally green and often in the great outdoors where there are cows. And DJs next week will be able to talk about cows and grass and things from a very, very close vantage point. Grass is toxic only if you eat enough of it. So, yeah, you have not touched the stuff since high school. Interesting. Okay. So, let's see. Do we want to touch back on the maintenance thing? A bunch of people brought it up again.
Oh, did they bring it up saying that it's done?
No, I mean,
Oh,
DJ's
okay.
screen still shows that it is flailing and maintenance thing. But
Gotcha.
a couple people are saying, "Oh, the game is done. The game is done." It is currently working, just not in the US. It is working in APAC and EU. And the middle of the day on a Sunday, if a different one of their collaborators that runs a server, I don't know much, decided middle of the day, Eastern time on a Sunday, on Easter Sunday was the time they wanted to update stuff. You know, there's only so much we can do about that. And they are apparently waiting for a component to be delivered that is on the back of the wagon that the oxen are pulling from St. Louis out to Culver City. And there was a rattlesnake somewhere in the middle. And there might have been some dysentery, so we just have to be patient on that maintenance. Because there might have been some dysentery in the middle. You thought it was oh, this is not Oregon Trail? Oh, my bad.
I knew what you were talking about.
Let's see. I'm just going through. I think we technically have talked about the things. Does anyone yeah, hi DJs. So
Does anybody have other things
yeah.
they want talked about?
Shiz is like, for all the people who are not like me and shaking their cane on their front lawn. It's an Oregon
Tarpy is dying now. What? Uh-oh. I hear you fine. So
Am I better?
it's just on Twitch,
Is
which
oh,
means they probably can't hear me either.
am I better?
No,
Oh,
there's
that's a
two.
Discord
There we
thing.
go. Yeah. It's a Discord or a Twitch thing.
Interesting. I mean, I popped out of voice, but not.
All better. Okay, it's fixed.
Yeah.
It was
right.
a mountain thing, actually.
Yeah. So I'm happy to have a couple people up. I don't necessarily want to prolong DJ's suffering because he does have to come out and turn off the stream. But if we want to have a couple people come up in Discord and just kind of give some thoughts either on Excelsior coming up soon for free to play or where they are on their challenge. No, Maverick, whatever, Maverick everything. Happy to have a couple people do that for the next few minutes. So I see a shiz, and so I will bring up the shiz.
Hey, how's the
Hello.
audio?
Good.
Yeah, and one thing to just go back on the V'ger side and then get to the Maverick stuff. Part of it was like with the sweeps, they're useful once they're useful, but it seems like you need both for them to really kick in, and it's the better part of a year. I was going off memory, and it might only be like 11 months, but from the time that people get it, it'll take that long to be able to do both the sweeps. And similarly, like on the building for the dive bar, like people are getting to 20 now, but the time to get to 20 to 30 is going to also be pretty long, and then 30 to 40 is if I'm looking at the spreadsheet correctly, looks to be about like 100 days.
Yeah. And they're going to stop having events. So if you look like this month, I think you were part of the conversation when one of the people in the regular chat room in DJ's Discord were talking about how events this month have either a lot of depot tokens or just other things and not a lot of mats. I actually like the building parts.
Well, I think some folks had mentioned that the first contact day or one of the others, yeah, there was some mention about, oh, now they're throwing out depot tokens like they're going out of style, which, and that goes to sort of a separate thing, because like whether or not we consider depot tokens a consistent sourcing or a catch up. Because I mean, like similarly, like transporter patterns, those float a lot more, but depot tokens, it really depends how much people pushed on those or not. And like, if that's your only sourcing for like an epic, it could end up taking quite a while. But to Riskbreaker's point about the bar level 40 doesn't matter much because you get the last two no, it's 20, 30, and 40. Each one gives you one key, unless I have that wrong. I thought it was one key at each.
Changed it because it was supposed to be 20, 30, and 40.
Yeah, it was one at 20, two at 30, and 3 at 40.
Right. So you're supposed to be able to do 2 a week at 30.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's what they're fixing.
I mean, who knows? There's a lot of options. Maybe it's something with the suppressors and obliterators. Although, like, my question on the suppressors, like, because I know the usual tact on the Orions has been avoid crits, but I've very advocated in the direction of if you do enough damage, you can actually just overcome the debuff that they do to crits. And it's kind of one of those things, like, I think there are certain times that they've started trying to put in more head fake instructions where it's like, we're telling you we're doing this, but wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Maybe you don't want to do that with some of them. And like the suppressor might be an example where it's like, it kills you instantly at the third sub round. And so like the sort of funny thing with that is like, if you're using a G6 epic, well, you can't fire before that early. But for a lot of other ships, like for example, like why people are very much going with things like the cube or other things, and then they're able to get it even without having the sphere. Like, is that going to be useful the rest of the time to getting the sphere? No, but it's at least useful while we have those events versus doing the tasks. But like trying to get back a little bit more on track. Like right now, until folks have further along with the building, they're very limited and very dependent upon the alliance. And one of the things that I think has been, at least the perspective I've seen, is it's not uniform where people are hitting based on their ops levels. I've seen high G6 players that are punching down to the G5 Conqueror Solar Armadas. I've seen folks that are hitting at their level, folks that are finding punch up. And a lot of it, I think, just goes back to, folks having awareness with their account, folks having, for lack of a better way to describe it, that handle on things that are like the fundamentals of the game, their Armada crewing, their research to support Armada, and even the buff research, if that seems fair.
I mean, they definitely introduced a lot of, hey, here's a really easy way to get to 70 or get into G5 and accelerate through a lot of those things with IA, with a bunch of other just ways. Just looking at my experience going through G5 and G6 and then looking at Strider, who started the game a year after me, who is now at the same ops I am. Just seeing that difference in a year. So they didn't have a lot of slow down moments. And I feel like a lot of the content released recently is hey, maybe you want to stay where you are for a while until you do some more research.
Well, and I'd even... Oh, there, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go for it.
The difficulty of not having like nonverbal.
Yeah, you're good.
But when we look at most of the op progression things, there traditionally are very few that were sort of, I'll call them like checkpoints or whatnot. Originally for G3 to G4, it was, have you actually built an epic or the ISS jelly, and did you do any variety of an epic epic Armada? Then what is it? The ACCs start kicking in around like the G5, and that to me, that's I know it gets looked at as that's usually a struggle point, but I think the bigger thing there is the real question was, are you working with your alliance, or is your alliance in a way to help you? Like, that's sort of been overridden by the P1 ATA store providing those. So both of those are now sort of OBE'd, but we still have the G7 Ascension hostiles, and I sort of like that in there because it is sort of a roadblock, and it does provide a little, hey, is your power where it should be? Power creep will eventually just keep making it easier and easier. But like, as you're saying, a lot of the newer content is now not just this like, oh, I can just steamroll it and keep going up. And a lot of people are having to ask those questions like, how do I actually make sure to be prepared, be prepared for what's out there and what's going on?
Yeah, I feel that. Web store just hit maintenance. They might be circling back around.
If the web store is down, then things are really bad. That when it hits there.
Oh goodness. So people are like in the chat just kind of mentioning G6 versus G7 and whether or not they want to go to G7. And I've noticed several people in the last few days mention, about those missions. I haven't done missions since I was G4. That's literally been 3 or 4 people in the last 48 hours. So you do have a you have a group.
Well, I feel like
people.
That's something that as it came out, a lot of people have been like, oh, I actually have to get around my gold border missions, don't I? And finding out how long, because what are some of the things that we've also seen with that of like, what does it mean by the planetary missions, or what does it mean by like the devotion tokens, or all those things where like, if you had been around those, you may have knocked it out like without fully having meant to. And sort of the funny thing, like even as much as having gone through some of those missions, the narrative is hit or miss. Like there is some storyline in there, but like there are times where you're just like, let's just click through, and then you go back and you're like, oh, now the plot's kind of interesting. I forgot it. Like it'd be great if there was like a summary of. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
I will say that I have never once actually read through missions. Not once. And so I've never gotten to the point where I was like, oh, that's interesting, because I never bother enough.
Well, and I mean, I'm sure chat is probably a little divisive on missions and whatnot. I think people like there's some spam clicks or skipping over them, but like the lower decks one, those were at least pretty funny and kind of entertaining. Sometimes it tells you certain things. I will say, and I'll try to keep this spoiler free if, but like the end of G5 clues you into like some of what's happening in G6, and it gives some explanations to some of what's happening and some of the changes, but because it's so in the background and you can just skip over it, STFC doesn't really, it isn't about the narrative arc.
Yeah. So Shiz, do you have any kind of wrap up comments? I'm gonna kind of shuffle around you and then Yendis, I think.
Yeah, so just to transition it over to them, I just go back to like, I think the big thing is, the more that alliances can actually help and carry their people, because this recent trend, both with the Sphere, even the Excelsior, and I'd even say Cisco, has been that it's gone from the sourcing is able to be consistent for 100 days to get this to a consistent sourcing, or you will have to give up on something else to be able to continue to source this through, if that makes sense. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I hope that they come out with some sort of like, because obviously we can't see everything, and we always say, oh, it's only month 1 for a lot of that, but I do hope that they have something planned to help people with that progression, where it's like maybe there's another event that gives some Borg Sphere blueprints like they did with the Eviscerator.
Because for folks
the Cerritos. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're not purchasing it, if you're trying to source it in game and trying to provide, hey, I'm engaging with the content, I'm performing well with it, and then you're limited to, okay, here's what the timer is, and there's no, hey, I'm like, for example, like being able, if you punch up above your ops, all that's doing is maybe you can help a little bit on what the scoring is and what it does for your alliance and your ability to have flexibility on the tasks when you get them, but it's not like it gets you closer to the ship. It doesn't, there's no engagement. And like with those events that were weekly, like the Cerritos and the Eviscerator, it was just those, like you only had that one once a week event, versus anything where it's like, hey, if you can punch up, now not only can you just have the standard, but here's something else you can do. And I don't know if that helps towards the transition to Weirdness, but hopefully there can be some movement in the direction of, if you actually play the game well, you can do better. Although that might be more in the direction of them actually looking at like selling cosmetics versus just the like you spend to unlock the things.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Thanks, Shiz.
Thanks.
My turn, Tarpy.
Right. Yes, sir.
I'm going to touch on a few of the issues you guys touched on, because I don't like to type. But the first one is the Borg solos, the new solos.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get to the 72 because I don't have a vengeance. But I can murder the other ones below it, just one after the other, bang, 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 bang. But no matter what I do without the vengeance, I can't kill a 72. So I do the best I can for my alliance. That's number one. Number two, help an alliance. I do the best I can, but I've been one of the biggest in my alliance since day one. And it's very hard to carry everything. Now we got some good guys in there now that help me, but they do things differently than I do them, so it's different. That's the nicest way I can say things. So that's that. Now, as far as the Sphere goes, I love that little ship. I really do. Now I'm not a wallet player. Needless to say, I don't have a vengeance, but I'm a change purse player. I spend very little, but I spend a little, and I got the cube to 569. I mean, it's mean. I mean, the little Sphere, it's mean. I love that little ship. It's doing a good job for me. The Excelsior, I can kill up to a 65. That's it. But I'm a 71. So I have to kill the others with my Krenchna, which I got to 85 billion, I mean, it's not tiny. But as far as that's concerned, I try to help. Okay, now the tracks. I'm doing the best I can with the tracks. I can get mine done, but unless the others help, I can't get them to the end. You know what I mean? I can't do it by myself. And you can't keep hounding people. Hey, grind this, because it makes them not like you. Yeah, I mean, it makes it so nobody wants to talk to you. So I don't do that either. But
Yeah.
I do the best I can with what I have to work with, and you know I'm okay with it. Now, as far as here's another thing. Everybody was talking about, hey man, you got to get that, research. You got to get that research for the bar. You got to get it. You got to get it. The research. Well, I didn't do that. I got the bar instead. And then I jacked up the bar. Well, doing that gave me an extra line before everybody else. So I got an extra track. Well, because I got an extra track, I got way more of the currency, which I could spend in the store. So now when I look at other people's accounts that are the same as me, that spent the same amount, very little, they're lower than me because I went the other direction. And I think that worked out pretty good for me. I'm almost to 40. I'm at 38. And
Oh, for the dive bar?
yeah, that's pretty good
Nice.
for me. Yeah, I like that. I like that dive bar. I don't have Zephyr and Cochran. I don't have Foreskin Data, and I don't have the other girl. But I'm doing the best I can. It's he,
I got what you said.
he got forehead skin on his forehead.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said.
Ain't that
Forehead.
what that means? Ain't that what that means? Sorry,
Uh-huh.
I couldn't help that. I couldn't help that. But anyway, yeah, but I'm really enjoying the game. I mean, except for today. I mean, I come in and I'm thinking, yep, I'm gonna go knock out all my little sphere events and couldn't get on. I was like, what? Thanks.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting. And yeah, I might take a nap and wake back up at 2:30.
Yeah. Hey, maybe DJs will be feeling better by then and can do another Studio B. So then we can all like wake up for a midnight or 2:30 in the morning rave on Studio B.
That gas he has, I have every day, all day. If I don't take
Ooh,
my simethicone, which by the way
okay.
will knock it out instantly. It's a chewable tablet. You take it, you swallow it, you drink a little bit of water, and it's gone. It makes you burp all that gas out real quick.
I'm not that kind of doctor, but it probably also depends on which end the gas is closer to at the time.
Oh, it
Um,
makes that come out faster too. It makes that come
yeah.
out faster
Um,
too.
yeah. Just so you know, your name for that particular officer, people are going to adopt that if they hadn't heard it before. I'm not going to repeat it, but
I know,
yeah,
but I mean, I mean, somebody else was calling it forearm, but
that's
that doesn't
better.
sound as
That's
catchy. Not as
well,
catchy.
it's fine. It's fine. For the purposes of a podcast, it is perfectly fine.
But they're all three of those officers are for you and me, are 71s up in the Vale. They're not
Yeah.
really for anything else, but let's see what we can work them into. We got to get them before we can test them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of good officers. Like when I do those outposts, everybody else puts all three officers on one ship. They have a vengeance. I don't have a vengeance. So I put one
Yes.
officer on each ship, and I'm getting through
Yeah.
the 70s easy.
So that's another interesting question I have for you is so I have a vengeance, it's tier 5. Strider got a vengeance, what, 2 weeks ago? Like that, just week and a half ago. Matters you don't, I think.
Nope.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on Yendis on the vengeance event getting kind of rescheduled?
I'm at 468 of 1,000. I think it sucks. I
Yeah.
think it sucks. And the other one on the other thing, I'm like halfway to the Asperion. So I mean, it messed me up. And I do my little spending every month. Why they got to mess me up? You know what I mean? It's like it's like they're trying to make it harder for the middle guys. It's not any harder for the little guys because they ain't up where we're up. They can't build it. Even if they get it, they can't build it. And the bigger guys don't need it. So
Yeah.
I mean, and you guys and the middle guys that are with me, you guys need parts. Didn't they do the same thing with parts?
They did.
That's just not right.
Yeah, I will say that, and I don't think this is a perfect fix. Like I wish they would have kept Vengeance's Mine the way they had it, just because of everybody likes more stuff for less effort. So a weekend spend event plus Vengeance's Mine plus whatever else. We all want more stuff. Where they have, technically speaking, Vengeance blueprints in the Outpost Pass or the Outpost refinery. They do have Vengeance parts, and I got a Vengeance before. Are there Vengeance blueprints in the Outpost or the Challenge refinery as well? Oh, they have.
Yeah. When you get to
So
a certain level, when your ship gets to a certain level,
yeah.
so it's locked.
Yeah. So there's multiple places to get the blueprints that are technically free to play and accessible. So there are parts that are tier based in a couple of refineries as well. So it's like I can see why they took the Vengeance's Mine and changed where they wanted people spending their mats. I don't have to like it. I can see why they did it.
Agree.
And
How about this? Every other week, a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 grind event. Every other week. Make them grind in the Veil.
that would hurt.
Well,
Um,
you got a Vengeance. You can grind in the Veil. Listen, I learned something else too. Get that pick Q maxed. If you're
I didn't.
70 going to 71, you get that pick Q max. I went from 20% to 35%. I doubled the amount of kills in the Veil. Doubled them. I went from
Yeah,
like 11 to 23 in
I did
in 5 minutes.
exactly the same thing when I went from tier 4 to tier 5. I went from 17 hostiles to 34, which I was proud of my 17 because I worked my way up from 1.
I needs to
But
go on 50 times. I needs to have to go.
yeah, yeah, I just
But
didn't do the Veil
if you're
daily for several months.
if you're killing that many 71s, you can kill that many. You can kill half that 72s, and they pay an extra point per kill.
Yeah.
You get down faster.
Yeah. Like Ramscoop brings up a good point about the Vengeance stuff. It's not about effort, it's about money. Scopely is putting an end to the double dipping and trying to encourage spending in other places. Compared to July when the Vengeance came out, how many low spend or free to play people, I think me, Strider, a bunch of people in chat, probably didn't spend at all to either unlock or tier their Vengeance. And that cannot be the point within a year of the first legendary ship coming out.
No, you're right. Absolutely 100% right. And as far as the level 70, the 71 plus and the 70 plus divinity's talking about, it's
Yep.
because they don't want you to double dip. It's to try to keep you from double dipping. They don't want people scoring on the 70 to get the Vengeance and getting Espherion blueprints too. So the day they up their hangar, I'm not hangar, shipbuilder, they can get the Espherion day one. They don't want them doing that. They want them to have to earn it or buy it. They want them to spend them credits because once you spend them, you got to replace them.
Yeah. And I will say that I do actually like how they are spreading out spend events so that there are multiple places. Like you can choose. any given week, hey, I'm busy this weekend where I won't get to play at all because the game is having a maintenance that I don't know about. And I'm not going to do a spend event this weekend. So I'm going to spend a bunch this week, get some Aphelion blueprints, move on. But
That's what I did.
yeah. And then there's Canine Tooth. He's saying some people paid $45K to max their vengeance and now don't use it. It's a hanger queen. And that's because the G7 UCs are that much stronger and the warp range is that much better and all of
And
that.
the below decks, that's the most important spot. The
Mhm.
below decks, you have more below decks on those G6s. I mean, I smack down the tiny vengeances all the time, and I don't even try. They're like, how are you beating me? I'm a vengeance. Yeah, not really. But then again, I've seen some big ones that they don't even get any damage when they kill me. But
Yeah.
it's the game. I'm having fun in the game. As far as that,
Good.
and that other thing that DJ was talking about I don't mind getting rated. Listen,
Mhm.
when you can afford to put it back, that's a whole different ballgame than when you get knocked down. It takes you 3 months to put it back because you're
Yeah.
poor. You know what I mean? But it's the game. It's part of the game. I don't get mad at that stuff. I don't send the stupid messages. I don't do all that garbage. I just
Yeah.
play the game. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun when you don't get angry. And the only thing I get angry at is Scopely for this
That
kind of stuff.
yeah. And
Okay.
I'm just like, you know what? I can only get so mad. Yeah, and DJ's point to the rating thing is he doesn't need regular resources anymore. So he can just throw out some Parsteel tokens and Jonathan Ingram will never touch his Sigma in the amount of time that he would probably be off and not noticing he's getting rated. So
Oh yeah, and I know exactly the date I'll get to where Lawson's at. Never, never,
there'll be time.
never, yeah, never past 15 past minutes. Never, but that's okay. Griffin too. I like both them guys. I like watching them get their stuff. I cheer them on. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, go get it, guys. If you can do it, do it. If I listen, but I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of people on my server that are religious. There are because of me, because they're praying I don't never win the lottery. They're praying I don't win the lottery because they're bullies and they know if I win the lottery,
Yeah.
I'm coming to talk to
So
them.
Divine has the date for when I think all of us at this point would likely hit the same level as Lost In. It's April 5th, 2063, which I think just ties it back to the whole first contact day. Do you have any final thoughts before
we got
kind of
we got a new update.
Oh,
The team is doing their best to restore services to the US servers. The peace shield will be extended another 12 hours from the moment the issue is solved and the servers are back online. That's not sounding good at all. That means
well,
they don't know when.
I will grant them that. However, okay, it sounds like an absolute cluster F, but what is the good thing at the end of that or in there that we were
Thank you
mad
for your
about before?
patience.
Well, in the middle there,
12
I guess.
hours extended from the time it's solved instead of the
Yes.
time the problem jumped up.
Yes.
It does make you
So
think that they're related to the new data, though.
maybe. But and as much as I do not like the fact that all of the servers are down because they're probably pooing some absolute bricks wherever they are. But the fact that they communicated is good. And the fact that, as Mimi says, they can go to sleep and wake up at a normal time and still probably have a gold shield. So I immediately, when you said 12 hours from the time it is solved, I looked at the clock on my laptop and I said, okay, right now it's 6:30. If they fix it right now, I would have a shield until 6:30 in the morning. And I appreciate the fact that they said it would last for 12 hours once it's fixed, because someone either was listening to this show, was listening to, I'm sure several content creators were messaging and being like, hey, this needs to be extended. Like, I appreciate when they do actually listen to things like that, and do push that time. And I will give them credit for having common sense, because everybody needs to get credit for things they deserve.
You can't blame them. You can't blame Sim Polly and Sierra Uniform and even Beck. You can't blame them for the server being screwed up. They're the ones that have to come out and tell us, but they didn't do it. I guarantee you, neither one of them are writing code. You know what I'm saying? It's not their fault. I was only kidding before when I said Beck has betrayed us. That was just a joke. I was just kidding. You know, she drank the Kool-Aid. I thought that was funny. But
and I do hope that every time they have a maintenance like this that gets extended outside of planned times, because it does happen, right? That it happened this month. They extended it an extra hour before arc launch. I hope they do say, hey, we're going to extend the shields and start a 12-hour shield from when the servers go back up. Like, and I hope they do that across the board, because that's a good way to handle that.
Well, I know what the holdup is. You were right about the wagon, but it went through Donner Pass.
Oh, ugh. Okay, so
right.
Okay, so we go from the March Madness bracket to the Scopely Donner Party bracket.
That's right.
My money's on Beck, for what it's worth.
My money's on Beck too.
If Beck isn't the #1 seed overall, then somebody did something very bad, and they should be fired. Like, she's going to win that tournament, like 9 times out of 7.
I got Hammy's
back.
Yeah.
Aw. Hi, Mrs. Puck.
Oh, yeah, I like Hammy. I like Hammy too. I do.
I love Hammy, but I love Hammy too, but Hammy loses 12 times out of 11 to Beck easily. And yes, I know I see the numbers.
He sees more than everybody else because he never blinks. Blink's got all. I mean, Beck's got all that time wrapped up in blinking.
Yeah. So, the only thing that does is Hammy will see it coming.
Oh goodness. Okay, what did I start? Okay, so I'm curious. All right, thank you, sir, for your input.
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. All right, so I'm seeing that 705, 710. Is there anyone not in a 700 server that's back? All right. I will still be happy with my extra 12 hours of shields. 93, 711. We have.
Why did you say that like you were Captain Kirk? You're like, I will enjoy having my 12 hours of shield.
I didn't do that on purpose.
You embodied Kirk there.
I have never seen more than the TOS movies. I've never actually seen TOS the show. Looks 11 is up. Well, DJ's screen might actually come back. All right. So is there anyone else on stage, and that includes the panel, that wants to talk about free-to-play experience last month? If anything matters?
No, I have very little experience with that.
Free-to-play experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you're in a really good alliance that's able to do all of their tasks, you can have the sphere by July 4th. If not, it's probably going to be September. That's all I got.
Sphere free to play. If you do 100 days from the day it was released, is July 9th. Just saying. But that's not that's with no actual added income from events. So
yeah. I'm just hoping that there's like 5 BPs somewhere that we haven't seen, so that I can actually get it on the 4th. That would be nice.
DJz, your game might work. Your game might work. Oh no.
Did you put DJ out, by the way?
Did I put him what? Did I knock him out?
No, did you put him in timeout? Is that why he's not speaking and doing? I just got on like 20 minutes ago. We were at a family.
Oh. No, you missed the first 2/3 of the stream.
Yes.
Where he started streaming with very serious abdominal pain. So
he's gone now for good.
Yeah.
Okay.
He says he's dying in chat. And yeah, so there's either gas coming out one end or the other, and hopefully it doesn't come out straight through the middle.
Like he doesn't do that whole alien scene, like where you know thing came out of the belly. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. He's apparently not birthing any Gorn. Just saying.
Although if he does the end scene from Spaceballs, that would be cool, right? Where the guy, where the alien comes out and then he does "Hello, my darling," "Hello, my," he does the ragtime dance or whatever, and dances away. Yeah.
He should. Oh, that just gives me a really horrible idea to make you guys do that.
I thought it was a tiny little frog that sang that.
Yes, WP Frog, right? Wasn't that his name?
Yeah. Yep. I think so.
I feel like that's a solid way to end the podcast, is thinking of the end of the Spaceballs movie and just like dancing across the screen and just like going off.
And then when Lone Star and Boss look at the waitress and goes, "Check, please." Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like we should actually end the podcast right before DJ's account actually starts working again, because that would be approximately every time it refreshes. I'm like, oh, we should have left. Will our comp chest include a full unlock of the new officer? I would pretty reasonably say no to that one.
I mean, only if
Billy, you can play for 5 hours. Here's the $400.
The SMS is literally for half max, right? So no.
It's a spend SMS. Being gone for 5 hours doesn't stop anyone from doing it.
No. Yeah, like I'm intrigued. Bubba Dubba on 56. I'm intrigued by what their next oopsie currency is going to look like.
Who's on 56? That's me.
Oh, Bubba Dubba is on your server.
I had no clue. Okay.
Let's see. Okay, well, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about? He says he's an HOTD, by the way.
Ah, gotcha. That's probably why I don't know him that well.
Okay. Thank you for following KenBan65. General Hoke, his name is everywhere it matters in game 2.
Yeah.
He's pretty straightforward.
No, don't worry. Hoke knows who I am. He used to be in my alliance.
Oh, okay.
Hoke I recognize.
And then someone else is saying Sir 56 is the greatest. You're just winning right now, Matters.
What's that? A53663339. That guy.
DJz is not out by his computer right now, so we are currently just seeing the game in maintenance. End show, you need to go. Okay, fine. I'm trying to end the show, and I'm trying to see if your game will work again, man.
Can we end it? I mean, we can end the Discord, but
I can raid out, and then
okay, yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, that's good enough. So, and then I can leave the stage. All right. So thanks everybody for hanging out with us. There's still about 320 people listening to us right now. You guys are amazing. Thank you
Except
for
that
hanging
one guy.
out. His name is Matters, and the other guy's name is DJs. They're very uncool. So happy Easter if you are a person that celebrates Easter. Happy Sunday if you are not a person who celebrates Easter. And this is a very personal thing for me. So real quick, everyone matters. So if you think that if you're just having a really hard time, please reach out to someone in your support network. You matter, and the world is better off with you in it. So on that note, yeah, well, you know, it's been a week. So DJz does in fact have G7 Epic gas right now. So that is a perfect way to end the show. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to raid out to, it looks like Cottontail is doing STFC marbles. So go hang out with Cottontail for a hot minute until the game comes back up. And no, as far as I know, DJz did not go to the ER. We will find out. All right, bye, everybody. Get out. We love you.